Hello everyone, Carnasa here, and welcome to, I don't even know what this is, RP-2? I think that's what it's affectionately being called. It's a new update for RP-1, and it changes everything. Everything is new and exciting, and yeah, I've been playing it a little bit today and yesterday, just to sort of get my head around it a little bit. But it's very different, and I really have no idea what I'm doing for the most part. So I thought, you know what, let's live stream it and see how my kind of first attempts in this new update of RP-1 go. And as you can see from the start new game, if this goes all right, and if it's quite stable, I might turn this into an actual series. I might turn this into Kerbal Gets Real 2, because that series obviously was what kind of started my channel with RP-1, and it went very well. And it's been a long time, and there's obviously been a lot of updates, so I thought that might be something nice that I could release in video form. I don't know how I'd do it. Obviously, I'm also doing For All Kerbal Kind now as well, and that will take precedence, so that comes first because it's a multiplayer series. But hello everyone, welcome to the stream. I'm going to hopefully play some music now. Hopefully this works. Usually what I do with regards to music is I play a lo-fi playlist on Spotify, but this time I've gone and got a load of copyright-free material from YouTube Studio, and I should have an auto mixer in Rekordbox working. But hello, welcome everyone to the stream. What version is this for? This is for 1.12.3. Come on, I just reinstalled RP-1 because the damned contraption got corrupted. This is testing. This is in testing at the moment. It's not been officially released. I have put a link to where you can get it in the description of this live stream if you do want to go check it out, but also go check out the RO Discord as well, because I think they'd probably like feedback from people who are testing this out at the moment. And I know if I have any feedback, I'll probably be going over there as well and letting them know if I run into any hideous bugs, because that might very well happen. Also, I need to know, is the music all right volume? Is it an all right temperature, the music? Because it's a little bit quiet in my ears, but that's because I've got my system sounds turned down. So let me know if it's a little bit deafening. Can you install this on CCAN? No, it's not available on CCAN yet. You do have to go into GitHub and get it through there. Nah, it's fine. Awesome. Music is good. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, I'm back. What the hell happened? It's the OG Carnasa music. It is. I've got, obviously, all of the songs that I've got on this playlist are songs that I use in my videos. So there'll be a lot of, probably, if you watch my videos, there'll be a lot of familiar songs. The music is a little loud. Okay, I'll turn it down a little bit. We'll turn it down to about there, and that might be a little bit better. Welcome back. Hello, Katniss. Welcome, welcome. Anyway, with that being done, it's time to get serious. And we are going to come into Kerbal Space Program and start this career. I've done a normal, just the difficulty options are normal. The only change that I've made is the auto-open avionics window in RP-1, because I hate that menu so much. It's really annoying and it really irks me. But anyway, KTR2? Question mark, exclamation mark. Indeed, perfection, perfect now. Brilliant, awesome. So yes, no, I've got it turned down a little bit, because usually when I stream, I can't really focus on talking if the music's a little bit too loud, and obviously I don't want to be doing that. The drift is real. I suck at RP-1, so I hope that this is easier. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but this is not easy. Look at what we get to begin with. Space centers. We've got so much to set up. This is mad. And look, there's more things. I think, did someone say that they had just blank tiles at the top? Because I don't have that. We've got 4 different things that we now need to pay attention to. We've got our funding. We've got reputation, which actually has a use now. We've got science, obviously, which we've always had. And we've also got this thing called confidence. And I sort of know a little bit about it, but not all that much. Like I said, this is really my first delve into this new updated RP-1. There is, there's an awful lot. And look, KCT is completely changed. Combined research, construction, operations, staff, plans. What is all of this madness? This is all brand new. Confidence? What's this? I have absolutely no confidence in my space agency, so apparently someone has 500 of it at the moment. Who would have thought? Anyway, yes, we've got some crew. We've got some crew originally, so we've got Gunther Hoffmann, Anne-Marie Becker, Albert Schneider, and Sieglind Schultz, although we probably will end up renaming those at some point. So what we're going to do is we're going to click that. And I'm going to play from the Cape because, you know, it's always nice to play from the Cape. I've got the, what is it, RSS HD mod? I always call it Katniss's Cape because obviously Katniss is where it came from. I've got that and it looks nice to launch from the Cape because it's all beautiful. Although Katniss is doing very good work on Baikonur at the moment. I'm very looking forward to seeing that. Anyway, so choose your starting programs, and the administration center in this now has a use. Like for the longest time in RP1, you've not been able to do anything in there. But if we click on this, what is all of this? There's so much going on. I'm just looking at it and thinking, bloody hell, there's so much. They've changed everything. RP2, more like 2 frames per second. Is the frames really bad? Oh dear, pre-recorded FPS 2 update. Oh no, why is the frames bad? 1 FPS RP2. Stream is laggy. I wonder why that is. Seems alright on OBS to me at the moment. Don't you forget about anti-clockwise propellers, part of Canaveral. I didn't know that anyone... Is it still really laggy? Hang on, let me wave. Waving it seems fine. RP2 legit feels like clickbait. It's called RP2. I think it's kind of like affectionately been known. It seems like I'm not lagging out on the camera. No, not laggy. I don't know what was going on there. Hopefully that isn't a recurring issue. When you tabbed, it went fine. Okay. All right. So obviously it doesn't like me being at the Space Center. I might have to change some settings in OBS at some point over this stream in order to make that work a little bit better. And that's the auto mix coming in. That's fabulous. It actually mixes it. Brilliant. Anyway, yes, we're in administration and we have got an awful lot to see. And it's bad again. Why is it bad? What is going on with my stream? Hang on. I'm going to change something real quick, which is a little bit of a shame. I'm going to come into my OBS settings and change some things around. Let's come onto this. Filters, and we are going to turn that off. How is this? Is that any better if I tab back into the game? I profusely apologize for this. I basically went away today and I got something called Source Record for OBS so that I could record whilst I was streaming without my face being in the recording. And because I wanted to record this for potentially making episodic content. Is that fine? I'm back in actual KSP now. And obviously when I use that Source Record plugin, I think it's using a little bit too much of my CPU and making things die. No, that looks good. I am in KSP. So, Carnasa, did you know that SFS only has re-entry and gravity and crash physics? I have played a little bit of Spaceflight Simulator. They did gift me that. I got that for free from the people that make that, and yes, I was probably supposed to do a video on that, but I kind of forgot. Maybe I'll do one eventually. What's that pink thing? What pink thing? Is there a pink thing? This up here? Oh, this is... What is this called? This is... I can't remember. Confidence. It's how confident the people are with our space agency, because funding works completely different in this now. We don't get funds from contracts. Contracts will not give us any funds at all. What we have to do to begin with is we have to select a program, which is what these things are on the side here. And I think, to begin with, for this, I am going to go for... you get to pick 2 to begin with. There we go. We've got max available 2. And the X-Plane one, we can look over here, and that gives us yearly funding. So that's how funding now works. We don't get funds from completing contracts. We get reputation and we get confidence from completing contracts. We get funds over the course of a year. Now the X-Plane one, I think I'm going to take because we get a lot of funds for it, and it will take us 9 years, the kind of like how long it should take you to do. And by the end of that 9 years, hopefully we will have broken the sound barrier. we will have gone Mach 2 supersonic and also completed. We've sent someone above the Kármán line. I'm going to turn the music down a little bit more because that's even loud in my ears and I've got it turned down on my system, so that might be a little bit better. Hello, Von Braun. Yes, you do get some real people. I'll go into that in a sec, but yeah, I'm going to pick X-Plane Research because that will get us the most money. So we will accept that, yes, and it's going to cost us this confidence, so we need to spend that, and there we go, we've lost 350. Now, the next one that I'm going to pick, I think I'm going to go for suborbital research, because early rocket development, I feel like that's going to be a little bit more tricky. We need to do our downrange contracts using that one, and I think, if I'm right, we need to only complete one of these to unlock our kind of like first orbital contracts. Also, I've just noticed we've got 160 concurrent viewers. That's the most I've ever had in a stream. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to me playing RP2 or whatever it is. The next big update for RP1. Anyway, yes, we're going to go... Yes, so we only need to complete one of these in order to get to our first satellites, but it's going to take a really long time to get to there because this is confusing as heck. But no, I will pick up the suborbital research, and you can choose how quickly you are going to basically feel like that you are going to complete the contracts in. So if I tick fast, which I can no longer do because that's going to cost me 450 confidence, and I've only got 150 left, it means that we'll only have 5 years rather than 6 years, but we will get paid more every year that we do it. So I'm just going to go normal for now because that's all I've got left. I'll spend 150. There we go. Yes, I want to do that, and now we can actually have a look at all of these different people that we've got, and there are a lot, and there's a lot of choice. Hi, Carnasa, did RP2 slay the Kraken? I don't know, I've not really played this an awful lot yet. I've not really encountered any bugs as per se. I've only been playing it a little bit today before I started the stream and last night, so there's still a lot of stuff that I need to go in and have a look. Not you with zero confidence. Yes, obviously everyone is not very happy with me anymore. I've completely expended all of my confidence, and no one has any confidence in this space agency whatsoever, which I think is probably very accurate. I wouldn't instill confidence in me for this save anyway. Oh my god, begin vote of no confidence. I'm gone. I've basically lost all of it, and yes, I've been expelled from Parliament or whatever, votes of no confidence. Anyway, I think, like, and if we come on each one of these, obviously they've all got loads of different features that they do. So Werner von Braun will give us more confidence from contracts, more reputation from contracts, but we lose confidence from science. And every single one of these, obviously, if we go through them all, they have quite a lot of different things that we can look at. And I think at the start of this, I don't know how this should be done because I've not seen anyone play this. This is really how I'm going to be doing it myself. To begin with, I kind of want to fill out every single one of these, hopefully with someone. Maybe we won't go for the astronaut office yet because I don't imagine we're going to be launching any Kerbals anytime soon, but I'm not sure. Carnasa, Chalomi as the leader and Braun as the chief designer. Is that a good way of going? So speed increase to launch, that's good. Launch complexes, so that's something completely new as well. Launch complexes, we no longer build pads with KCT or do anything like that. We build launch complexes now, which is a whole new thing as well. So minus 10 confidence required for program activation. Oh, I should have done that before picking my programs, because then I should have picked him. That's a little bit dumb. So what does this Valentin Glushko, what does he give us? 5% reputation gain from contracts, 10 funds. I mean, he sounds all right due to the fact that I'm not planning on removing any leaders at the moment, at least for any time soon. No idea if it's good. It just sounds cursed. Oh, okay, fair enough. This is obviously it's made RP1 or RP2 or whatever you want to call it. It's a lot more management based, and I think, yeah, there's a lot more strategy to it now, which is going to be really interesting, I feel. And I mean, I've spent, what, the first, like, 16 minutes of this stream just in the admin building. I've not even got to designing rockets yet, and that is going to be something, this building is now going to be critically important. Glushko is a god. I think I am going to go for Glushko, because I like the fact that we get more rep from contracts, and our scientists aren't going to cost us as much. So Yeah, I think I'll go with Glushko. Yes, we will appoint that leader, and there we go. He is up there. He is the head of our administration, or he is administration even. I don't know. He is the head of our space agency at the moment. Carnasa, come early capsules. You better hire my boy Max Faggot. Is he on there? Oh yeah, there he is. I don't know who. Command module. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, that's brilliant. So we can then research command modules much faster. So yes, absolutely. That will probably be something that I do. I think Arthur Valentine Cleaver is quite good to begin with, purely because we get to roll out our rockets faster than normal. And yeah, we get this 5-speed to vessel rollout, but it's more the kerosene and high test peroxide propellants. We're going to be using a lot of those to begin with, I think. So I think he might be a good way to go. Solid rocket fuels with more than 500 litres. We're not going to be using any large solid rocket boosters to begin with, because we're going to be building like Tiny Tims underneath Erebes. They're not going to have an awful lot of propellant in them, so that shouldn't really bother us. But I'm going to have a quick look through everyone else. No, we're not anywhere near hydrazine yet. No, we don't want command modules. Balloon tanks, absolutely not. we don't even have those unlocked at the moment. 5% speed for vessel. That's not bad. That's not bad. We can't use Glushko again. Korolev. 10% speed increase for vessel, integration, rollout, and recovery. Human-rated vehicles. No, we don't really want him either. Speed increase. Ooh. I like that, but we're also not using turbo pump engines for a while either. So I think I might actually go with the Brit, obviously, being British myself, patriotism and all of that. Stream Carnasa picks leaders for 4 hours straight. That's basically, yes, that's what RP2 is. It's the admin building. It's no longer about spaceflight. You now manage your space center. That's all this is. But I think I will go with Arthur Valentine Cleaver. Yeah, we'll pick him, and then the rest hopefully should be quite quick. I think Homer Hickman's all right if we want to do X-Planes, which I do because I've picked up the X-Plane program. Chris Craft, 5-speed, increased VAB, rollout, that's not bad. 5 funds increase for crew training, that's also not bad. Gene Krantz, what does he give us? 10% reputation from contracts. It's about the same as Chris Craft, but just ever so slightly different. I like the integration and I like the VAB roll. This is really tricky. It's actually tricky deciding what I want. Obviously, like, I don't know what I'm doing at the moment. Please no. Please no. We will be going into actual Kerbal Space Program in this stream. Like, we will get there. It will happen. It's just, obviously, I've got all of these to pick at the moment. I think I might go for Chris. Just because those speeds are going to be really nice. Yeah, no, we will go for him. And I could be messing this up completely here. Right, so let's have a look at our chief scientist. Flight tech research speed. On air launch rollout cost. I quite like that due to the fact that we will be air launching some things to begin with. RCS tech, no, don't really want that. Avionics, no. Solid rocket engine, it's not the best. Light research. I think I'm going to go for Betty Love. There we go. We'll do this. I'll try and scream through this now. Crew salary, crew training even. 5% time. Crew retirement. I don't really care about. I might leave that for now because when we get more important crewed missions later on, I definitely probably want to come back to that. Okay, so Douglas Aircraft Company. So these are like the contractors. Let's not go for Boeing. Otherwise, we'll end up in like a rotten mess like the SLS was. No, it's not all that bad. It was a real shame though that earlier on today, obviously, it was supposed to launch, but it got scrubbed due to, I think, was it Engine 3 had some issues with pressure. I can't remember exactly what it was. I know there was also supposedly a crack in the intertank as well. It was a shame. And someone was saying in the chat before I started the stream, actually, there've been loads of like fake YouTube live streams, NASA live streams of the SLS rocket blowing up, and obviously that's not happening. They were saying like it links you to some MediaFire website. Don't click that link. Absolutely don't click that link. Right, so who do we want? Early and orbital rocket engine tech research speed. That sounds good, but I don't really care for the Hydrolox tech at the moment, because obviously we're way off Hydrolox, 5%. Yeah, I might pick that as well, and then we'll really scream ahead on the air launches, which will be great. So we've picked Bell. We'll make the Bell X1. And Douglas Aircraft. Materials, that's quite nice. Aerojet, no, I've looked at you already. Avionics and electronics research speed. Integration speed of instruments, that's not bad. 10% command, no, I don't want to do that yet. Do I want to go for any of these Russian ones? These Russian ones even, 10% speed increase to all craft integration speed. That's not bad. All cockpit parts, to engineer efficiency gain full. That's not bad, because we want our engineers to gain efficiency. Station tech, we're way off that though. 10% to integrate, no. Stage rocket engines tech research speed. No, we don't really want that. I quite liked this, but the station's tech is a little bit... I also quite like this, because avionics are going to be really, really, really expensive to begin with. So we're going to appoint... Who was that? JPL. Yes, there we go. And that's us done in the admin building. To begin with, yes. The admin building is critically important. I might hit 200 concurrent viewers on this, which would be mental. Hello, everyone that's in this new variant of RP-1, this crazy new variant of RP-1 with me as I am exploring this. So the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to go and accept a contract. So let's go to mission control, and I think we should be able to pick up all 3 of these. Yes, so we'll pick up first launch, we'll pick up the Carmen line as well, and we'll also pick up the break the sound barrier crude. Okay, cool, we've got our starting contracts, and as you may have seen, we don't gain any money from accepting any of them, and we don't gain any money from completing them either. No, the way that we get money in drips and drabs, and actually if you, well, I've not got anything being planned yet, but if you warp to complete, if you hover over the warp to complete button, which will eventually appear up there, it will tell you how much money you actually gain in that time warp, which is kind of cool. This seems epic. It's bloody confusing, I tell you. It's way more complicated. You spent 14 minutes on the admin building. I know, the admin build, it's critically important now. It's more important in this version of RP-1 than the vehicle assembly building. Well, not quite, but you know, it has a purpose now, and it's new, it's fresh, it's interesting. But hopefully we won't be spending too much more in there. Anyway, so now we need to focus on our launch complexes, which is another whole new thing that this version adds. Yes, we are adding launch complexes. Yeah, I've hit 200 concurrent viewers. Oh my god, this is amazing. I can't believe everyone wants to see. I mean, the first 15 or 20 minutes of this stream has been me in the admin building. Thrilling entertainment, obviously. Oh, I heard a ding. Is that a subscriber? I can't actually see what that was, because unlike some people, I only have actually one monitor which I stream on. I really should probably get another one, but I look at chat on my Mac. And keep my current RP-1 install pure. What's this? Admin building important in Kerbal Space Program? Sounds fake, to be honest. Yes, I know. Especially in RP-1. It actually was completely blocked out until this update. It did not have a purpose whatsoever. So you can see, we've got no build time whatsoever. We don't actually start with a launch pad. We have to build ourselves a launch pad. Carnasa, you need to start streams earlier. I tend to stream at about 8 PM my time, just because it's kind of like a nice crossover period between people in Europe, people in America getting off work, people in Europe will be off work, and it's also when I'm awake. So yes, it's kind of like a nice in-between. I try and cater to as much of my audience as possible, and also I am not going to be brutally tired. Anyway, so I think what I'm going to do to begin with here is I'm actually going to build 2 launch complexes, but before building any launch complexes, I'm just going to build some basic sounding rockets to begin with. Because if you build a basic sounding rocket, it will actually, if you build a rocket, and then you click this new launch complex button, it will design the launch complex around the rocket that you have built. At least, I think that's what it does. In my quick test of it, that's what it appeared to do. So hopefully this does work. So we're going to go for, I'm just going to make, you know, a very, very typical, very stereotypical sounding rocket. Although I think I will make it a diameter of 400 millimeters to begin with, just because I know that I'm going to be upgrading this at some point. So I don't really want a tall 300 mil and then upgrade it later. So we're going to just do an Aerobee because Aerobees are lovely. They are the best sounding rocket. We're not going to go for that cruddy Russian ORM. Absolutely not. No, that's crazy talk. So if I come here and set this to high pressure, because obviously the Aerobee is a pressure-fed engine, we'll whack that on there like that. Fill that up. See how much that gives us. 1 minute and 2 seconds. If I middle click here, it can only burn for 47 seconds, but I don't mind overburning this by, that might be a little bit too much. Let's go for maybe 1.85. Avoid comic crap at all costs. Yes, no. That ORM, this thing here, this, burn it. Die. It deserves to die in fire. This is the worst engine in all of Kerbal Space Program. It is terrible. It's on the top of the rocket like a Christmas tree star at the moment, but no, it's really rubbish. I hate it so much. When I was building using Soviet-only tech, when I was doing my Soviets launching from the Cape livestream series, which I did about a year ago, yeah, I hated that thing with a passion. It was really bad. Oh, thank you, Swampy New. I donated to Beardy and M9, so may as well complete the trio. Excited to see another player. Oh, I've got text to speech. That's
excited to see another player.
Didn't realize I had that.
Can you say when your first episode will be coming out?
I can say when my first episode will be coming out. Thank you for the £10 donation as well. My first episode will not be coming out next weekend, which I believe is when N9 and Beardy's next episode should come out, as long as we follow the 2-week schedule. It will be the 2 weeks after that. I've actually filmed everything for my first episode already, which is why I've got time to do this live stream. I need to edit it all, although I have edited some, and I sent Katniss a clip of what I've been working on. I'm quite pleased with it. But no, because I'm going to be doing years to begin with, rather than the half years that N9 and Beardy are doing, it means that obviously, like, my episodes will be out every month rather than every 2 weeks. And as soon as I get to a point where it makes sense to move over to doing an episode every 6 months, where I'm actually getting my build queues built up and things are going to be a lot, like, progressing a lot faster, then I will switch and I will be uploading at the same time with Beardy and N9. I'll be uploading when their uploads come out. And I mean, my uploads will come out when theirs come out anyway. It will just be, there'll be a break in between. They'll have one more episode in between my episodes to begin with. Anyway, he did. I confirm. It's worth waiting. It's one of my proudest cinematics, I think, that I've ever done. Really, really, really looking forward to seeing that. It's my first orbit in the series, and it is quite epic, if I do say so myself. Yeah, no, I was really pleased with how that first bit of editing for my episode has gone. Anyway, who going to be Jax or Carnasa? No one else will be joining the series now. I will be the last person to be joining the series. Beardy did not want the series to get to a point where it's basically there are too many cooks. You know the phrase, too many cooks spoil the broth. Having too many people on, it will mean the uploads will come less frequently. I know uploads don't come all that frequently anyway, or they haven't done recently, but that's obviously because Beardy has been busy with university. But we are going to try and stick to the 2-week schedule from now. And I know N9 and Beardy have talked about maybe changing down to doing 3 months at a time if things get a little bit hectic when Beardy goes back to uni, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, what am I doing here? I want this to be a science core, and I do want to have I've spent so long designing this simple, basic sounding rocket. We want to put some electric charge in here, not that much. I think we'll go for about 100. Basically, I want this rocket to complete 2 of those contracts in one go. I want to do first launch and the Carmen line, and once we've done that, we'll build up the launch complex that we'll be able to build this from. I will join as Poland, and I'll put the first person on Neptune. Of course you would, Katniss. How is your Neptune vid going anyway? Is the Neptune vid the next one you're working on, isn't it? I think, was it the Uranus one was the last one? It's been a while since I've seen those, so I do apologise if I've forgotten how far into the outer solar system you have reached. Anyway, so yeah, Aerobee, basic, simple, good stuff. Jobs are good, and there we go. We'll put one of these on the bottom of this, and we will make that teeny tiny, and then I will get a tiny Tim on the bottom of there, and it's just your standard Aerobee on top of a tiny Tim to begin with. We're going to come into aerodynamics and get some procedural wings. See, this is, I mentioned it in the last stream that I did. Oh, editor extensions is broken. There we go. That should fix that. I mentioned this in the last stream that I did. I'm not very good at multitasking, so you'll notice when I build and actually focus on making builds and doing all of this, I tend to ignore chat. But when I'm there looking at chat, the building and what's going on in the game tends to slow down quite a bit, and I feel like I need to balance that a little bit better because I did miss a lot of chat in the last live stream, and I do apologize if you were there and you were shouting at me saying something and telling me that I was doing something incredibly wrong or whatever it was, and I missed it because yeah, I was too busy building Wimmera for all Kerbal Kind, which is, yeah, it's where I'm going to be launching from as the UK, right? So let's just make this as small as possible. Whoa, rocket slides around. Does the rocket slide around? I mean, I'm using the sliders for this. Oh, did I press B and it slid up? Yeah, that's a hotkey for editor extensions Redux. If you press B, it will center the rocket dead center in the VAB. However, B is also used for procedural wings to move this section here. Oh dear, I have completely gone and balked that up. And actually, I think it's a little bit too thick. I've really royally messed this up. It's probably best actually just using these. If I go like this, bring that up a little bit. I don't want these to be massive, if I'm going to be honest, but I do want to make sure that these are going to provide center of lift down there. Yes, that's perfect. That's exactly where I want that to be. So that is now all good. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to place you down there. Then I'm going to grab these again. Place that on here like so. Get rid of all of these overlays because I do not need to see those at the moment. Go away. Nope, I've placed that in the wrong location. Let's set that to 90-degree snap. Back. Hello, welcome back, Hydro544. Welcome back to the stream. And I think actually I'm going to, you know, slightly spin these so it's got a little bit of spin off the launch pad. And that hopefully should make this maintain true and stable flight, at least for the beginning. Hopefully, and then I'm just going to make sure that this is all set up to how I want it to be, like so, and grab ourselves a clamp, a small launch clamp that can go on the bottom of there, like so. There we go, and that'll be our first rocket that we launch, although I am going to simulate this. This isn't like the hyper-realism overhaul streams that I was doing. I am going to be simulating, because I do want to make sure that I've built everything correctly. If we just get that down there, and I think what I'll do is I'll open up pad number 1, because it's nice and small. We'll open the base for 0 funds, and we'll set that as the launch site, and we'll simulate this and just make sure that it all works. Oh, actually, I know one thing that I've forgotten. I want to put some experiments in here. Where is configure experiments? So I want to come here and put a thermometer and a barometer on there, and then we'll get rid of that, and then we will also make sure that they're all running from the beginning. Cool. Can't call it Untitled Spacecraft. I think I'm just gonna call this like the Silver Bullet, because it's silver and it's kind of like a bullet. So, and it's a all right name, Silver Bullet 1. There we go. Okay, let's save this. And I might actually come to chat at some point and ask you if you have any naming recommendations for what I'm going to be doing, because obviously it's always fun when chat names rockets. Sometimes. That's how we get Chonky Bean Boys and the like. Right, anyway, that is all done. I'm fairly sure. So I want to simulate this, and I want to do it about 14 hours from now, because it's going to be dark when I get outside, and I would quite like to see this. I'm not going to enable part failures because I want this to be a perfectly successful launch, as if nothing goes wrong at all in the slightest. Where did I put my glasses? I need them. They're vitally important for this next section of the live stream. Oh, they're right here. Call it big ass needle gun or bang. Are you sad about the Scrub of Artemis one? I was sad. I was up this morning, or it was more like midday for me. Well, no, I was up really early watching, I think, the NASA spaceflight live stream to begin with. and switched over to the official NASA one, and it was very sad that it got scrubbed. But obviously, it's better that it got scrubbed and that they're going to go away and fix the issue with Engine 3 and try and deal with it rather than them attempting to launch it and causing a very expensive explosion. No, I would much rather SLS fly and it work than SLS fly like halfway and then blow up. That would that would be a lot better. Call it Cyrus. We could call something Cyrus. How are you feeling about the SLS scrub? Yes, very, very sad. It was. I was waiting. Me and Alisaia were talking about it. We were sitting in my lounge over in that direction, getting ready to watch it. And then I was like, I think it was like at 36 minutes past 12 or 1 my time, just on the NASA, actual official NASA stream, then saying that the launch had been scrubbed. And I think I instantly posted it on Discord. I was just like, no, SLS scrubbed. No, how can it be? It was really upsetting. But next Friday, or this Friday even, they're going to be attempting to launch it again. So hopefully we will see it launch there. Right, anyway, I'm talking too much about this and I just want to launch it. So 3, 2, 1, let's see if this works. Yep, it does appear to work. And, oh, that was a bit of a wonky separation. But it was a separation nonetheless, and hopefully this will make it all the way up to the Kármán line. I'm hoping it will. I'm hoping it's not laggy. Also, that block there always seems to be missing. Am I lagging out at the moment? I don't know. I think I said it first. Did you? SLS, Scrubbed Launch System. There's been loads of puns on the name of SLS. I think I saw a few on Beardy server as well. Some of them were quite funny. I think I said it first. Petition to name the next one Soundy McSounding Rocket. I mean, who would be okay in chat at the moment if we called the next one Soundy McSounding Rocket? Because I personally think that is an absolutely fabulous name for a sounding rocket. Obviously, the whole Boaty McBoatface saga a few years ago. That's quite a few years ago now, wasn't it? I can't even remember how long ago that was. Quite a while. Playing Minecraft. Is it laggy? Is it laggy? I can't tell. Let me wave my hand and see. No, I seem to be fine, but no, this seems to not be lagging out. I'm not playing Minecraft. Everything's not blocky. Is it blocky? Is it blocky? Is it pixelated? Katniss, why are you confusing me? You're a moderator on this server. Hello, Mark. Welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen you in the stream yet. Oh, yes, I can see you now. I saw you said, I think so, earlier on. Hello, welcome to the stream. No, the water. Oh, yes, yeah, of course. That blocky bit of water. Right, so we didn't actually breach the Kármán line on this, which is a little bit sad. That's really sad. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. We're going to overburn it even more. Yes, overburning rockets. That never goes wrong, does it? I find, actually, to be honest, I've got test flight on this stall, which is now the recommended failure mod rather than test light. And I feel that with test flight, you can overburn a lot more frequently than with test light, and things don't blow up as much. But the ignition, it's weird. It's a little bit of a different balance, but I feel like you can overburn things a little bit more. Hi, Mark. Oh, hi, Mark. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. I've never actually seen that film. I've seen like all of the funny moments from that film, but I've never seen it. Or the... Let's just make this 2. Try and burn it for a little bit longer. And what I will also do, I think you can upgrade the Tiny Tim to a little bit stronger. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to save that and we're going to simulate this again. Just give it a go and see if this works this time. Yeah, no, what is it? The Room, and there was a parody of it, I think made by Seth Rogen did a parody film of it with that weirdo creep James Franco, as it turned out. I'm fairly sure they did one together. Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob. Oh man, yeah, For All Mankind. Brilliant series. How's your staging? Looks a bit off. Actually, you would think that is a little bit weird staging-wise, but that is exactly what I want to stage. That is exactly how I want it, because this is a very simple, early, basic, Tiny Tim underneath Aerobee setup. So what you do is you stage the launch clamp at the same time as the solid rocket booster, which propels it, but also at the same time of the engine, because obviously this engine requires ullage. So in order for the fuel to basically be down here, we want this to fire as soon as this fires, because this doesn't fire for very long. And then as soon as this runs out, we immediately immediately decouple. But that is kind of like, yeah, it looks weird, but that is actually how it should be. Funnily enough. Anyway, with that being said, let's make sure that this all works. So in 3, 2, and 1, I'm going to fire that, and then we're going to release. And hopefully, with a little bit of luck, we might get past the Carmen line, which would be brilliant, because I would like to do that in my first launch, realistically. I mean, I know this is just a simulation at the moment, but we're simulating this to make sure that it's all fine for the first launch, and that I can build up a perfectly capable launch complex in order to build this. So yeah, launch complexes is another new massive thing in RP2 or whatever you want to call it. I think it has been. I'm fairly sure I've seen people mention it called RP2. I keep saying that. Well, on my new RP-1 RO save, I shall be making the Greg's Space Program. Will you deliver sausage rolls to the entire planet? Because that would be amazing. Carnasa, sorry that I'm a bit late to the optimization, but focus more on fins and nose cone than overburn. Yeah, I could actually make the nose cone on this a lot better. Yeah, that is something that I will do. I'll change it to a peaked 2, which will be a lot better. And to be honest, the fins could be swept down a little bit. Hopefully that might make things much better. Use stubby rectangular fins. So on fins and the nose cone and overburn, I was able to reach 135 kilometers with only 3 seconds of overburn. That's not bad. Yeah, no, I'll go in and have a look at changing some of that. Tech tree, Carnasa. The tech tree hasn't actually changed as far as I know. We'll go in and have a look at the tech tree after I build up my first launch complex. But I'd say first launch complex, I'm going to build 2 at the same time. I'm going to build 1 for this, which is going to be like the Erebus. Right, where is my orbit? We might break the Carmen line just with that. I think we will. That's 102 kilometers. Obviously, that is coming down, but I think we'll reach there before. Yeah, I think that will break the Carmen line, but I will make some changes to the nose cone and make sure that everything is a little bit more sleek, a little bit more fine. But yeah, no, what was I saying? I will be making 2 launch complexes to begin with. I want 1 for these Erebus, and I also want to build 1 for the kind of like larger V2 rockets that I will be making as well, sort of the whack bumper kind of line of rockets, and just general V2s that we'll use for low space film exploration and all of that, because we need to be building those as soon as possible, really. Right, so let's make this into a sharp or a peaked. I think the peaked 2 is the best variant that we can get. Let's make this maybe a little bit bigger. And then it's a lot more sharp. You say more rectangular, and this also kind of decouples a little bit funny. I think I might give this just a tiny bit more spin, because at the moment it's really not spinning all that much. Let's go for that. And this is only burning for like a second. Any idea on what does? Wait, Carnasa. So when I try to build a sounding rocket, I launch it, but as soon as I get up, the atmosphere just destroys my rocket. Any sort of help, please? Probably, is it... Yeah, does it start kind of like tipping over as you get higher up in the atmosphere? Because I know I've designed sounding rockets that do that, and usually what that tends to be is that the engine is quite heavy, and if you pull up like these and you're like, oh yeah, center of lift is below center of mass, that'll be fine. There is a good chance that on some sounding rockets, once your fuel tank will run out of fuel, the center of mass will actually go beneath the center of lift, and that's when things start like flopping over and things start breaking. Or if it's just too quick, if it burns up, then I think maybe maybe make it bigger so you're not going as fast in the lower parts of the atmosphere. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure. Is RP2 going to be a separate series with how work in progress the mod is, Carnasa? I do not know. I kind of want to make it a separate series. I kind of want to make it Kerbal Gets Real 2. Because that's, yeah, what my channel started on. I think it would be quite fun. But I'm going to have to see how stable it's going to be and how the updates really change things over. Right, I'm going to, because I've changed all of that, I just do want to run this through one last time. Sounding rocket grind, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be, we're going to be doing an awful lot of testing. I think I did 10 things I wish I knew in RP1 before I started playing video a really long time ago. I think that video is 2 years old now. And one of the things that I said in that is test everything. Test everything. Even if you make a slight edit, test it. And actually, in For All Kerbal Kind, one of my missions that I have flown does fail because I changed something really minor and thought, you know what, it's only really small. I don't need to test that. I've changed the avionics ever so slightly, so it weighs slightly less. Guess what that did? Caused my bloody mission to fail. So test everything. Always test things, just to make sure that everything does work properly. So I'm going to launch this, and there we go, we'll release, and that flies a lot straighter already. I probably could have maybe changed the wings a little bit, but, you know, they'll be fine for now. Carnasa, keep on getting fairings around the engine in the auto-apply. Or it's like auto-apply to it. Any idea how to remove it? On fairings around the engine. Do you mean like engine shrouds? I've never had fairings around engines before. I've not experienced that, but I know some engines in like stock KSP, I don't know if there's any in RO and RP-1 that do it, have engine shrouds that obviously, like, if you put something underneath it, it will hide the engine. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, will there ever be way to get BDB satellites in the game? I don't know about BDB. Oh, thank you, Spywolf. Snywolf even for the donation. Crazy idea. Engine above the fuel tank like Goddard. Was there a rocket that did that? I know there is, what is it called? Pendulum fallacy. It's usually not a good idea to put your engines above the fuel tank, and I found out a lot about this when I was doing the upside down rocket launches, the shorts that I was doing, because obviously all of the engines on those launch vehicles were on the top, and things tend to not go very well. So our engines don't do that because they were not adjustable for diameter and height. Oh, okay, that's fair. Yeah, no, that does make sense. It's never a good idea because plumbing is crazy. Yes. This fall has fallen for the rocket pendulum fallacy. Yes, I remember, yeah, I was looking up that quite a lot when I was doing those upside down rockets. There we go, we've reached like 110 kilometers with this now, with just a slight little change. I'm quite happy with this. This is definitely something that I am going to build up. We're going to revert to the vehicle assembly building and build our first launch complex, which is like the new KCT way of building rockets, and it's very exciting. Carnasa, what's this live stream about? I'm starting a new career in RP2. It's the new update for RP1, the programs and launch complexes. It changes everything. Everything is completely different. It just is. I've been going through it over the course of this stream as I've been getting to things, but it is incredibly different. So now that we have built this, and I'm quite happy that this will fly as is, I am going to click build a new launch complex, and this is what we get up. We can decide exactly what we want this to be, but because I've designed this rocket already, this will take into account what I have built. So it won't let me build a launch complex. Like when I click build here, this will build for the rocket behind this menu. So yeah, you can't like accidentally build something that's completely ridiculous, but we can see like how long it's going to take. So it's going to take 38 days in order to build this. One thing about this as well, this update, is you're never going to get a launch in the first month, I don't think, unless you launch a plane, because you now need to wait for the first launch complex to be built before you can even start building any rockets. It's changed slightly, so I generally feel like February will kind of be, if you really push for things, will be the first time that you are able to launch anything. It means that it's a little bit slower running, I think, and I don't think you'll be kind of doing any records for first orbit in this update, but we'll see. I definitely won't, because there's so much going on that I still need to learn that this live stream series, if I do this into a series, it won't be breaking any records, I tell you that. Anyway, has anyone got a good name for this launch complex? We need to name it. It's gonna be for our very teeny tiny little small sounding rockets like the Aerobes and all of that. It's only gonna be able to take 1 ton, but I would quite like some names. RP Run Speed 1ers in shambles. Yes, I will not doubt TD. I mean, if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be the Destroyer, absolutely. Or LPG. LPG, I think, actually holds the record for Moon and Mars landing. Carnasa T1 pad. I mean, is there nothing Poopy Head Complex. Maybe not. Slipgate, Micro Machine, XLS1. I like that. I like that. I really like that. Just because obviously, like, you know, SLS has been going on and it didn't launch today, so goddamn SLS. Small PP rocket. I think I will go for XLS1 though. Who was that? Rocket Cello. Thank you for that. That was quite, that got me a little bit. There we go. XLS1. Anyway, so yeah, with that named, now maximum tonnage I'm not going to change, because if we change this to 2, you can actually see that now the minimum tonnage goes up to 1. So that means that you have to have like your rockets within a certain bracket, which means like this is 0.6 tons, so I'd no longer be able to launch it from there. However, when you upgrade the tonnage, one thing that it does do is it allows you to increase the amount of engineers that you have assigned to that launch complex. And basically, engineers are your build points. So having a higher tonnage launch complex, so if I say put this up to 100, that does mean that I could now assign 317, which means we could get a lot more build points. However, it does mean that the minimum that I could take for this would be a 75-ton rocket. So building these small sounding rockets, we're not going to be able to apply much staff. We're not going to hire many staff for this small sounding rocket kind of like launch complex, which is a little bit of a shame. It means you can't really like just get crazy fast build queues anymore once you get sort of towards the end of the game. You might do, it might increase. I've not really gotten all that far in this yet. But anyway, XLS1, minimum tonnage, that's fine. Length, I think I'm actually going to make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to make that like maybe 10 meters. Hang on. Wait, 7 meters takes 38 days. How long does 10 meters take? 49 days. Maybe I'll go for 9 meters. 45 days. I think 2 and 2 is fine for now. Because we won't really have any rockets wider than this on this launch pad. This will be the maximum width we go. So next what I want to do is I want to come into show and hide resources. So this is another new thing with launch complex. It's the launch complexes update, but it should just be called the complex update. It's so much more complicated. So fun learning this new update along with Carnasa. It's very complicated. It's very complicated. Engineer gaming, engineer. Oh no, I'm sad. Sorry. I wouldn't call it that anyway, because I don't really want my S-Pad 1. I don't really want to get this video demonetized if possible. That would be pretty bad. Anyway, so yeah, no, now, when we build these launch pads, you actually have to specify what fuel you're going to be able to fuel up the rockets with, which is really cool. And I know Beardy and N9 were talking about in For All Kerbal Kind, how when they launch Sea Dragon and when they launch one of Beardy's crazy contraptions, which is going to be using pentaborane or some of that really nasty toxic fuel, they want to build a launch site way further away from their bases. And that way, like, it's kind of like, yeah, because they're harmful, like they're either super big or super harmful propellants. Now, you kind of have to actually take that into consideration in this new update, and I just thought that was such a cool little thing that they've added. But what I am going to do is I'm going to add some aniline 37 into this, because that is going to be the propellant that we use for the next upgrade of the Aerobee engine. And in order to make sure that, like, I don't need to come in and keep upgrading this launch complex, which you can do, we can continuously upgrade them, but when you do upgrade them, you can't build anything from them. So I really want to kind of like build this at the beginning where it's going to be able to build quite a lot of different things at once, kind of like how you do tooling, I guess. But yes, with that all done, I don't think there's really anything else that I want in there, so I'm going to tick build, and that will now be being built. And we can see, if I come here, I still can't launch this. It says that I've got no launch complex, even though I've now organized one to be built. I actually have to wait for that to be built in the next, I think it was 48 days, before I can even attempt to launch this rocket. So like I said, it does make the start a little bit slower. Rip Jeb. Rip Jeb. Jeb is dead, and we killed him. Oh no. How did Jeb die? What happened to Jebediah? So fun. So fun. Yes, big nuts. Big nuts indeed. Casting couch. Who's on the casting couch? Oh dear. What would your parents think? No, I'm kidding. Anyway, so with that being done, I think that is all I really want to do with that launch complex. I will actually come to show hide management, and I'm going to go to plans, and I'm going to add this to my building plans. Actually, should I color this in? Do I just want to leave it silver? That's a little bit boring. I think I might maybe add some black stripes onto it because, you know, just to give it a little bit more pizzazz and a little bit of, you know, like, it looks fancier. Where is the section where I can color this? Ends. Is it ends? Ends? No, it's not ends. It's... Where is it? Smooth cone. Yes. Sides. Sides. There we go. Why is the sides and the ends moved? What is going on here? I should probably hide management. Karen will be most displeased. There we go. Yeah, we get like one little black strip in there, and maybe I'll do the same on this as well, and then I'll colour in the trim on the wings black as well, just to make it look a little bit more interesting. Where is this? I want this to be... do I go for that? Yeah, I think I will go for that. Yeah, that's fine. And then actually, I'm just going to colour this all in black. I'm not going to go crazy on doing all of this because there's a lot that I want to do over the course of this live stream. And obviously, colouring in my rockets is quite low down. So it's not going to be anything sparkly and fancy and beautiful, but it will look a little bit better than just, you know, like a silver stick going up. Hopefully. What's the difference between these mods and normal vanilla KSP? I only play with lightly modded installs, Carnasa. So RP-1... or RP2, as this is now being called. I just keep calling it RP1 from now on, rather than making the same joke over and over again. It's very different. So there's a whole massive page on the GitHub to install this mod pack, which tells you, it goes through the differences, and like, it's pages long. I probably couldn't talk about the entire differences over the live stream. I mean, I could, but I've got other things that I need to be doing on the live stream. But yes, no, it is very, very, very different from stock KSP. Very different. Like, just so many new features have been added, so many new ways of doing things. It makes it a lot harder, I think, as well. I wanted that to remain platinum or white paint metallic. I love this song. I use this on I'd use this on all of my videos if I could use the same music. It's just so epic, that coming in. I think this might be on the For All Kerbal Kind episode I'm editing. I can't remember. It's so weird hearing the music to my episodes on a live stream. Really, really strange. Right, anyway, yeah, there we go. I'm going to save this, Silver Bullet 1, and we're going to add that to our building plans. Unlock 7 parts for 6 and build vessels, spending 0 subsidy. Yeah, this is something else that's new as well. You don't actually have to spend all of your funds in order to unlock things. Failed editor checks. Yes, 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 I know. I'm adding that to the plans because I will eventually have a launch complex that will be able to build this. Right, there we go. So that's our first kind of thing done. Like I said, this is going to be, this version of RP1, it's going to be a lot slower to begin with because you kind of, there's a lot of forethought and planning that you do. Wait! Carnasa, Space Race 2? Carnasa, I must thank you for getting me into RP1. I suck at it, but it is the coolest shit in the world, man. Makes me feel like a real rocket scientist. I know. Honestly, RP1, the challenge of RP1 is so fun. And just that sense of like accomplishment. Like, I don't know if other people feel it, but I remember the first time that I ever got into orbit in RP1, I was just like besides myself with joy. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I've done this. This took me so long, but it is just wondrous. It's like going back to how you made first orbit in original stock KSP, but then just times that by like 1 billion because it's so much more complicated. All right, going to bed. Good night. Thank you, Scott Kerman, for coming along to the beginning of the stream. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Is Britain real? I don't know. Am I real? Because technically I live in Britain. So if Britain is not real, does that mean I'm not real either? I'm just an AI. I'm an AI generated person on screen. Britain is fake. Anyway, what I want to do now is actually work on the kind of like V2 variant of rockets that I'm going to be launching, because I want to build up the launch complex for that at the same time, because then obviously you can build launch complexes simultaneously. It doesn't affect your engineers, which is, like I said before, build points as far as I'm aware. But we will have to see that. I don't know how that's going to work. I can remember making orbit the first time just a weekend after Squad added Kerbin to KSP. Added Kerbin? Was Kerbin not always in? I mean, that... I I have played it since 2013, and Kerbin was like, it's the starting planet. Surely they must have always had Kerbin. Or am I? I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. That's news to me, though. Notice how Carnasa tries to ignore that Britain is fake. Clearly it is. He's just trying to hide it. Yes, I am. I obviously ignored that question. I was trying to dodge the question because I didn't want everyone to know that I'm secretly just a AI generated thing. Like, yeah, this isn't real. That's why I called my series Kerbal Gets Real, because I needed to put real in the name to make people think that I am real. I don't know, honestly. I really don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to go for, yeah, just a kind of like basic V2 design here. What I'm going to do is I am going to put an early film camera on this. We do want this as well to have avionics in here, because for some reason these film camera contracts now require avionics, which is really, really annoying because it means it's going to take a lot longer to build. And I just realized I didn't tool up that last rocket. I need to do that. I'll go back and do that as soon as I have built this. I'm going to try and build this quite quickly. let's try and build this quickly so I'm not faffing around in the VAB anymore doing like basic, boring, early sounding rocket stuff. There we go, 51 funds. What? Oh, it's because... Have I taken the... No, I haven't taken the electric charge out. Let's put some electric charge in. I think we'll put like maybe 300 in there. That should hopefully be enough. 15 minutes. I really should get someone on to like chat with me whilst I do these live streams, like Beardy does, because then that way, like, I could be focusing on actually building this rather than having to go and check chat, and then whoever's on with me could tell me if people are yelling at me in chat. But no, it's multitasking. I'm not very good at it. Okay. Do I want a ring decoupler or do I want a hollow in? I want a hollow in stage because these look really nice, and they've obviously got the lovely Katniss Saturn parts in here as well. And I think actually this is the first version of RO RP-1 that I've used that has Katniss's modular Saturn V parts, I believe, which is really cool. I've not seen that yet, because, yeah, every version of RP-1 that I've had before hasn't had that. Right, come on, I want you 1.25, 1.255, oh my god, there we go. Oh, I hate the slider. Can I have done that with... I could have done. Oops. Yeah, that's probably everyone screaming at me, being like, why are you not using the numbers? Like, input the numbers, but... Yes, that would have been smart. Right, okay, so conventional structure tank on here. We want that to go there, like so. I'm going to make this into a smooth cone. A smooth cone. And we'll make this 1.25. I do want to be launching aircraft as well to begin with. I do want to launch aircraft basically as soon as possible, because that way I will be able to start working on those supersonic X-plane contracts that I did pick up earlier on, or not even contracts, program that I picked up earlier on. Right, there we go. That'll do us for now. This is going to make it more expensive, but I like having a boat tail on the bottom of one of these. Base size will be 1.75 to match that. Top will be about 1.2, and then I'm going to grab a RD100 series early and just whack that on there like so. Easy done. Chonka! Mexico's Popular Games 1 KSP. It was, yeah, no, Squad was a Mexican company, wasn't it? And I think the reason why they're called Kerbals, or... I know that the original creator of the game did talk about it a little bit. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I think he had, like, a little green figure that he played around with model figures, and that's kind of like where the Kerbals came from. I'm not entirely sure. I might be pulling this completely out of my arse, but I think there's a story like that. Caviar B, or Carasby, is this for all Kerbal kind or RP2? This is not for all Kerbal kind. This is RP2. This is with programs and launch complexes. It's a kind of like in-progress update for RP1 at the moment, which is very, 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 very complex. Adds a lot more complexity to the game. I've not even got to like assigning engineers and scientists yet, which is certainly, certainly a whole thing. Definitely an entire new thing that you've got to worry about. Right, let's make that a little bit smaller and bring that down to about there. There we go. We'll cover up that engine. No one wants to see that engine. I'm also going to make this a different shape. There we go, like so. That looks lovely. I'll change these fairings to the Atlas recolor because that's my favorite procedural fairing. He was playing with Baby Shrek. What? What's going on in chat? I look over and I see lots of shouting. Carnasa, Carnasby, Kaisa, Karesby. Oh, is that where it came from? That's what I was missing earlier on. What mod is the name of the fairing mod thing? Procedural fairings. And if you want to get multiple of them, this is now included within the RP-1 Express install, but if you've got an older version to get like all of the different versions of it, it's called Procedural Fairings for All. I think, yeah, that is definitely the mod that adds it. Right, okay, so I'm going to put some wings on this because it would be nice to have a little bit of aerodynamic stability, although they're not going to be critically important because I do have control over this with avionics. I'm going to make these... not quite this large. Definitely not quite this large. We'll make them about like that. Maybe even a little bit smaller. Like so. I'm going to make these a bit smaller. Sliding rocket time. Ah! I hate it that it does that. Really annoying. Oh, this is a bit of a jam. Interesting song, nice music. Yeah, no, it's a little bit of a bopper. Like I could definitely be dancing along to this. Yeah, no, it's nice not listening to the friggin' lo-fi Stream Beats playlist for once. I think I'm definitely gonna try and find some more music and add it to this playlist and just keep using this playlist because it's much better in my opinion. I probably will add some of my own songs to there as well, which will be cool. I think I've got one of my own songs on this playlist right now. It's not any of me singing though, because like I feel like that would be really jarring, having a song with me singing on whilst I'm also talking over the live stream. That would be, well, I just imagine that would be a little bit weird. Right, so let's put you there. Yeah, that's all fine. Let's fill this up and see how this works. Carnasa, what's this track called? This is called Lonely Troutman 2 by William Rosati, and I believe this should be on YouTube Studio, on the audio library on YouTube Studio, because I think everything is on the audio library. Pretty much everything on this playlist is on the audio library on YouTube Studio. Carnasa, make a rap song. I have made a rap song. I'm not very good at rapping. Well, it's not really a rap song. It was more of a drum and bass song that had MC bit over it that I tried to do, and it didn't go very well. And then my band, I played it with my band. Like I showed them how it sounded, and they were like, "Oh my god, we should totally do that as a band." But we're like a punk rock band, so it's a really weird kind of like mix. But the year is 1950. A young man by the name of Carnasa is developing a sounding rocket to go to outer space and record the stuff that's going on in space. Indeed we are. Indeed we are, Cool Rover 5466. Carnasa, why not use the music of the Everyday Astronaut? So the reason why, Black Eagle, that I decided that I wanted to move away from my lo-fi playlist is I was on Beardy's stream last night and I saw that he went and started using Everyday Astronaut's music. I probably will eventually get that on this playlist because I think he does allow anyone to use his music in streams and stuff like that, which is really cool. I just didn't have the time to go and get it and put it on today. I don't know. I know it's on Spotify, so if this playlist runs out, I can always swap over to Spotify, but that's just a whole kind of extra process of coming out of the game. But I do want to use his music because it does sound very cool. And that's how are you finding RP2? Difficult, complicated. We've still not really done an awful lot, and I've been streaming for an hour and 10 minutes. We're still working on first rockets. Oh my god, this is terrible. This is really bad. Right, let's have a look at that. So, did I fill that up? Yes, I did. That's going to be burning for 1 minute and 26 seconds. This has a rated burn time of 1 minute and 10 seconds. So I don't think I quite want that to be that large. How much does that weigh? 15 tons. I think I'll make this about 1 minute and 10. There we go. Length 6 meters. We can overburn by just a tad, just a little smidge. Does RP2 start in 1950? It starts in the same year as normal RP1. So I think, yeah, it's 1951. I don't think you start in 1950. I might be wrong though, I can't remember. Is Kerbal Gets Real going to be continued? I mean, Kerbal Gets Real finished. The next millennia, which was meant to be like the continuation of that won't be continued due to the fact that the save is completely broken and it's long gone from my computer. Because it wouldn't let me record anything. It was really, really, really balked. Really, really, really bad. Right, so, oh no, I don't, oh god. Damn it! Right, I want to do that and I want to fill you up. What was I trying to do? I did want this menu. I just wanted to change that to plain metal because I think that looks a little bit better. And I think we'll test this rocket out as well because obviously it would be nice to make sure that this all works without causing me any grief. Right, we'll put those up there. This is going to be expensive as hell to tool. I was talking about sometimes rockets like this, sounding rockets, if you run out of fuel, then this music, can I skip song? Yeah, I can. That was weird in my brain, that song, for whatever reason, I don't know. Maybe I think I will delete that from the playlist. What was I even talking about? Hang on, one sec. I need to get calm and collected. I've completely lost my mind. Oh yeah, I was talking about earlier. If you sometimes, building sounding rockets like this, if you expend all of the fuel, you notice that the actual center of mass goes down, but that's fine. Like, it won't go below our center of lift. There we go, that will be fine. So I think, chat, your turn. Now, name this rocket. That was a very quick, kind of like, aggressive way of asking you to name it, but ooh, the rocket's over the height limit, by the way. So yeah, no, this is actually not incorrect. Basically, Launch Complexes changes the height limits and all of that completely. We're going to be building a custom launch site for this, so even though it says it's over the height limit, it won't be because we will be building up the pad. Dave, call the rocket Dave. I quite like Dave. Yeah, this is just Dave. That was very good. It's Jimmy Maguchi, wasn't it? Thank you. We now have Dave the Rocket. Dave the Rocket. Dave the Rocket. Very jolly chap. There we go. Lovely stuff. Dave the Rocket, and he will hopefully go to space. I mean, it should, with 3,226 meters per second at Delta V. Absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to save Dave. It rhymes! Even better! Anyway, yeah, I'm going to save Dave, and we're going to bring this down a little bit, simulate this, make sure that it all works without going terribly, terribly wrong. And we will start 14 hours from now, so it is in the day. Pickle Boy, I agree with Dave the Rocket. Yes, good thing it's not called Danny. Yes, no, we don't like Danny here. No. No spoilers for All Mankind Season 3, though. Some people might not have watched it. The Silver Spy. That's quite a good name as well. Because I think, once again, I will be going in and I will be changing the colour of this rocket. Like, it won't look like this forever. But yes, no, it will be changed. And I quite like Dave, but who knows what colour Dave is? Like, what kind of colour of a rocket would Dave be? Why? Oh, it's because I'm not pressed dead. Anyway, here we go. We're going to launch this, and oops, I forgot to do this. There we go. And we do have avionics. Lovely. So that's the first thing that I know I have done right. And we basically want to just pitch this over as soon as possible because it's, you know, one of these kind of early rockets. And I've forgotten also to put some science on here. I need to put on a thermometer and a barometer. So yeah, this is why you test before you launch anything. Is you always kind of think, oh yeah, no, I should have done that. Yes, absolutely. And have to remember things. But doesn't the cape look absolutely beautiful? Katniss, what you originally did with this mod, and then I do know you mentioned someone else earlier on. I don't know if Katniss is still in the chat. He might have gone to bed by now because he did, he did say, why do you stream so late? But yeah, no, absolutely fantastic work that they have done on this. They're cheaper and lighter that way. You should disable the decouplers on the boat tail panels. Yes, I can do that, can't I? I didn't know that they were cheaper if you do that. That is really, really helpful because to tool the... Does it make them cheaper to tool? Because I know to tool these, it takes an awful lot of money. An awful lot of money. Katniss never sleeps. I'm still here, going to go in like 30 minutes though. Katniss never sleeps. It does, like seriously, like everyone now who kind of like does RP-1 and RO, like if they've got the requirements to run like the high res texture packs and all of that, they will be getting Katniss's cape. Although obviously some people won't be playing from the cape. like me, I'm all the way out in Woomera in For All Kerbal Kind, which is going to be fun. Although, actually, the inclination, the latitude of Woomera, it's only -30, so it's not all that different from the Cape in terms of launching, and it should be relatively easy to get to the moon from there. Although, when I form the... Oh, it didn't do very well there. That did not do very well at all. We're only going to get to 100 kilometers. How? I pitched over too aggressively, that's why. But I know that this can fly, so I'm quite happy with that. So we're going to revert that to the vehicle assembly building. We are going to colour this in, make it look a little bit more interesting. What is going on here? Hello, Biddy. Welcome to the stream. We're playing the super ridiculously over-the-top complicated RP-1, RP-2, whatever nonsense that I shared some pictures with the other day. It's so complicated. It's so complicated. But it's also I like things being hard. Dave should be blue, if you ask me. Dave the Rocket, the jolly chap, a very jolly chap, should absolutely be blue. Okay, we do have some blue colours as well. I think if we come into open the recolor... Oh, whilst I'm here as well, I will need to make sure that I have thermometer and a barometer in here. Green rockets. I've already agreed blue. Hearts of Iron 4 Rocket Simulator. Was that because of all of the portraits? But you say that because of the portraits as well, but like seriously, the strategy and like the micromanagement now behind this, it's so much more complicated. I spent, honestly, the first 20 minutes of this stream in the administration building in RP-1. How? How? That just shouldn't happen. It's absolutely great. It's mental. Really crazy. But yeah, no, they have added a whole new like massive management side to things, which is, it really kind of like changes the game up. It's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. Right, so I want to color this in. Recoloring GUI. We're going to go for blue. We could go for like really light blue, or we could go for Delta blue. I personally quite like Delta blue. I think Delta blue is a very nice shade of blue. And if you want to make it a little bit darker, we can as well, which is also usually quite nice. If we make that ever so slightly darker, it might look quite nice too. I quite like that shade. Maybe about there. Yeah. Blue, red, and green. Hey, what's up? Hello, Costa Q. Welcome to the stream. Blue, red, and green. That's going to be quite a bit of an eyesore. You even picked the Brit. Val Cleaver, my beloved. I did. Just the HTP for kind of like the early rockets is going to be... I thought that would be the best way to go. I might be wrong. I might be wrong, but I feel like that is going to help us. Right, so I want to store this color, and then I think I'm going to give this a little bit of a special look. What can we go for with this? I don't really want checkered. I quite like the metal slats on this, or I quite like this double checker as well. I think that looks quite cool. So if we go into here and then we load the color, there we go, the whole rocket is blue. And maybe I'll paint these black as well, just to kind of like match the checks at the bottom. I don't know, how does that look? Chat, what do you think? Is this an eyesore? Does this offend your eyes? Or is this something that you can... I think I'm going to change the wings to black as well, because then that way they'll fit. Or is this something that you could quite happily leave at home on your fireplace and everything be like, you stare at it in wonder and amazement? There we go. That looks a little bit better with those. And that actually looks good, to be fair. Oh, thank you, Alice. Hello, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Blackburn rocket. I thought there was like Black Bum rocket. It's like a rocket from Blackburn. Like Blackburn from the UK. What rockets do they make over there? I have to agree with Alice here. Wait. Purple, green, and black Halloween themed. Oh my god, that would be so. Name the launch pad how? Yes, because we do need to name the launch complex as soon as I have done with this. But there was something that I needed to do. Oh yes, so someone was saying about turning these off. Oh my word. Why have I not known about this before? Look at that. So it currently costs 7,400 funds. I turn that off and it's 4,000. That's in. Thank you. You have just, like, oh, I've already built rockets like this in For All Kerbal Kind without doing that. God damn it. Whoever that was, gold star, gold medal, have a sticker, get yourself a pie. I don't know, but that's amazing. I've learned something new today, and I've learned a way that's going to make everything cheaper. Since when is that a thing? I don't know. I don't know if it's on For All Kerbal Kind. It might be. Carnasa playing on hard mode, but yeah, no, that has blown my mind. That has absolutely blown my mind, and I think if you reduce the density as well, it'll make it even cheaper. That is mad. That is actually mad. That's going to make things so much better. We're still going to have to spend a lot of money tooling this, especially the avionics. And this is bugged out at the moment. They are working, I think, on fixing the GUI, but obviously everything's a little bit close together. You can't really see what's going on, but it doesn't really matter because I know I'm just going to end up pressing tool all anyway. It's going to cost 18,000. That's not too bad. Right, anyway, I think this is ready to be launched. I think I've colored it in. I've put avionics in. I need to tool it. But yeah, this is how the rocket will be. And I think what I'm going to do in this launch complex, I'm going to make the maximum tonnage of this 18. Because this is, how much does this weigh? Oh, it only weighs 12.75. Right, I want this to be over 13. I absolutely want this to be over 13. Because then I can get, so we can see the maximum tonnage here of 18 and then minimum tonnage. If this is, yeah, there we go, 13 point something there, 13.1, that will be able to be launched from here. But I feel like, kind of like the later whack bumper kind of downrange distance rockets, they'll be around 18 tons. So that way I can do one launch complex, does it all, it's fine. And because of that, what else I am also going to do is I might make the height limit on this, I'll make that 18, just to give it a little bit more height, considering we might have an Aerobee stuck on there at some point. That is going to increase the construction time quite a bit, but it's not the end of the world. And I'm also going to come down to ethanol 90, and I think I'm also going to put about 5,000 of that in. That way, when I upgrade this RD101 to the RD10 or the RD100 to the RD101, I know that I'm not going to have to create some new tanks at this launch complex in order to fuel those rockets. Yes, there's an awful lot of management going on in this. And I think someone already suggested that we call this launch complex HOW. If it is on the For All Kerbal Kind install, then I didn't notice. To be honest, Biddy, like, I've played RP-1 for years and years now, and that's something that I've never known. And I didn't even know that, yeah. So that just completely... But yeah, no, this isn't For All Kerbal Kind. This is not the For All Kerbal Kind install that I'm in at the moment. I can't actually play any more For All Kerbal Kind at the moment because I've got to wait for Beardy and N9. I filmed my first episode, so now I need to wait for those two to get to where I am. And obviously that's going to be a while because I've done a full year. I used it when I did full real rockets with independent tanks and skin and fuel lines. What's this about? It's been in since 1.8.1. Holy hell! And I've not... My original series, Kerbal Gets Real, was in 1.8, and I didn't know about it. Yeah, and that was 2 years ago that started. That is mad. Further downrange controls as well, so you can recover it. So you can recover what? Hang on, forewarning, whack bumper needs to be a little bigger now. Downrange. I know downrange has increased to 4,500 kilometers. Oh, wait. Hang on. I think I'm trying to see. I'm like reading in between messages in chat. Look up. Add a parachute to the bottom stage. I won't be able to recover the bottom stage though, because I've not got anything like FMRS. So when I launch this, it will basically despawn, and I think it will break up apart in the atmosphere anyway. I don't think this will survive re-entry. But yes, no, we're gonna build HOW. Yeah, I don't have FMRS or anything like that, and yeah, to be honest, once this is expended, I don't really care about recovering it. It's a very basic, early, simple-sounding rocket. Most of the expensive stuff is actually up here. Like the avionics, that's going to be one of the most expensive parts, and this film camera. All of this, it's relatively expensive, but I reckon out of the 3,000 and whatever, when we tool this, which is going to cost 18,000. I'm not sure if I want to do that yet, because I might wait until I've built the launch complex. But I reckon, like, yeah, look, this is only 1,000 funds, and that's before we've even tooled it. This bit is 2,500. Like, this is by far the most expensive part. We did it! We did it! Dave is whommed! How lords over us all. How was the one from 2001? I've never actually seen that film, I think. Or is there a how in Interstellar as well? Or am I thinking of something different? One of the little weird rolly around droid things in that film. North Korean censorship program, go! So it is HAL 9000, which is obviously where HAL 9000 from stock KSP comes from. No, I've never seen 2001. Ooh, what was that? That was a ding, and I don't know what that was, because once again, I've not got a second monitor that I can look at my notifications on, because I only have one monitor. I really should get a second one. Anyway, yeah, I'm not going to tool this yet. We've built the launch complex. I am also not going to launch this, obviously I can't, and I'm not going to add it to the plans because I want to wait until I've tooled it first. So I'm going to save and continue, Dave, and what we're going to do is we're going to go back to Silver Bullet, and I'm going to tool this because I know that this does work, and I want to tool that. All right, so there we go. Purchase all toolings, 3,500 funds. There we go. That's going to cost us absolutely nothing now. Silver Bullet 1 is fine. Dave is fine. And now we can leave the vehicle assembly building and actually have a look at how we do science and engineers and all of that. Carnasa, use your phone for chat. Using my phone for chat, that's quite difficult because the internet doesn't reach properly in here. The Wi-Fi doesn't quite reach my phone. So I would run through my data incredibly quickly. You need to watch 2001, it's great. I know, it's definitely a film that I absolutely should have watched. But no, I have not watched it yet. Sounding Rocket is kind of cheaty anyways, SR. Switch the science experiments on in the VAB. Oh, I forgot to do that. Yeah, no, I will absolutely do that. I will do that when I go and tool it and then build it up, because then that way I won't forget to get all of the science. So here we are in staffing. We've got a whole new tab for this. Now we've got 20 applicants to begin with, and we get those for free. So we can, what I tend to have done in my plays before is, or like the couple that I have done is put 10 in science to begin with. And then I think I will put 5 in a hangar and then 5 into the XLS launch site once that is done. And look, we can actually speed this up. So this is like our construction, all of the work that's going on around the space center. We can increase this, which will mean that it costs more to build by quite a lot. That's actually doubling the amount of money that we need to spend on that. But it will be finished rather than, where is that? That is the 16th of February. We'll finish that on the 1st of February, which means we can start launching. But to be honest, I'm not really fussed about building that so quickly. It was supposed to say hi. What, all of the squares? That got a little bit messed up somewhere. Now it says Slava Ukraine. Nice. Just realised I wasn't subscribed to you, even though I'm watching you for over a year. Also a big fan of Coming Home Redux. Keep it up. Thank you, Costa Q. Thank you. Thank you for the sub as well. Yes, no, I think I'm quite perfectly happy with just letting this be built. This one is obviously going to take quite a while longer, but I also don't really, maybe I'll spend a little bit longer on that. We can get that built by maybe, when's that? That's May. Maybe we get that built by like the start of April. Spending how many more 1,000 thuns on that though? So that's 16,000. Oh, we can spend 10,000 more and get that done at the beginning of it. Oh, that's not really worth it, is it? Because funding, I find, is quite difficult to come in this new update, because you don't get funds from contracts. The way you get funds is you just get given it randomly, like over time. It's you can see how much we're going to get over the next year. 62,000 funds, which is quite a lot, but still, I don't really want to spend all of that. Yeah, I'll leave it there. We'll get it done on the 10th of April. It's my dad's birthday, the 10th of April. So I'm sure he'll be happy that we're building HAL for his birthday celebrations. Right, so staff, plans. All right, yeah, no, that's all good. That's all good there. Now, with those being done, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to hire some researchers so we can get some science started straight away. And I'm going to hire 10 researchers and 10 engineers. And for now, because we are going to be waiting for these launch complexes to be built, I'm going to put all 10 of my engineers in the hangar, and we're going to go to the spaceplane hangar and we're going to start working on a plane. One really nice thing about this new update is that obviously you're no longer like contained or restricted from only building one vessel at once. Obviously you can build 2 and 3 once you upgrade the VAB in old RP-1, but now you can build a launch vehicle, or you can build anything at any launch complex. So every single launch complex that you have is its own build queue. So that means once I've got these 2 set up, and I've also got you start with the hangar already set up, that means that I can be building my small sounding rockets at XLS-1, which is cool, my V2 variants at HAL, and then I can also be building planes at the same time. And that's not going to cost me anything more. Obviously, you do have to split your engineers between them, so it does cost a little bit of money to get the engineers, and it costs money to keep them, like, they've got salaries, so you couldn't just, like, hire them and then not pay them anything. What are we? I don't know. Does SpaceX pay their employees well? I'm not entirely sure. I wouldn't really know, but yeah, no, we have to pay our engineers, unfortunately. Damn. Wait, no more contracts. There are contracts, but you don't get any money from them. You do not get any money from them. You get money given to you. If you complete contracts, you get more rep, which I think does increase the amount of money that you get. I've not really seen all much of that yet, though, because I've not played it an awful lot, this new version. But yes, it's weird. It's weird to say the least. Right, okay, there we go. I think I'm done with that setup now. I've set up my game, and it's only taken an hour and a half. Why is this? Oh, God, what's going on? Maybe it's because I've got this up. There we go, that's fixed. Yes, perfect. Right, cool. So those will be getting built. Now I want to come into research and development, and I think for my first tech, I could go for supersonic plane development. I kind of want to go for that, but at the same, because that will get us a lot better supersonic tech for the X-Planes contract that I've got. I might get that second though, because obviously this post-war rocketry testing is really nice. Usually what I do at the beginning of an RP-1 career is I would rush post-war rocketry and post-war material science, because then that way I can do the 3,000 kilometer downrange contract, because those are basically the only technos that you need for that. And then that unlocks you the first orbit contracts, which gives you a load of money. That's how I would play it. But this new way of doing things, it's completely changed kind of like how you go about doing it. So I'm not entirely sure what the best route is yet, but we'll see. I think I'll still go for early rocketry though, or post-war rocketry testing. We'll get that researched, and let's have a look. How long is that going to take? That will take us to the 22nd of February 1952. We can't be having that. We don't want to spend an entire year just researching that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to hire myself some more researchers. And I think I'm going to go for about 35 to begin with. And that will bring us down to the 21st of July. That's a little bit better, because obviously we need to wait until the launch complex is built and then roll out some rockets before we can gain any more science. So I think, like, early game, like, we'll probably put some more scientists into there at a later point. But right now, it's not critically important that we get that done before, say, these. I might put some more after we've launched our first rocket for real, though. And I think maybe I might hire... No, I don't know. No, I'm not. I was going to hire some more engineers to put into the hangar, but I think first what I want to do is actually go into the hangar and have a look at some sort of X-plane, supersonic plane that we can design. Carnasa deserves more subscribers, and I can't be pro. Thank you, Jurassic Raptor. Thank you very, very much. You used to leave brilliant comments on my videos, if I recall correctly, and I always hearted your comments. I think, was it when Kerbal Gets Real was coming out? I don't know, unless it was someone else called Jurassic Raptor or Jurassic, but no, they always made me chuckle. I am a scrub. Oh no, are you SLS? What happened to Artemis? Artemis was scrubbed this morning, or, well, yeah, it was in the afternoon for me. I remember when we were getting excited for 5K, that was about a year ago, I think. I think it was about a year ago I hit 5K. I had a when I was doing all of the upside down rocket videos, I had a massive jump in subscribers, and when For All Kerbal Kind was announced as well. So I think I'm going to come into here because I'm not sure if I can really be bothered designing an aircraft from like scratch when I've made a few when I was playing around earlier. Aircraft for me tend to take a lot longer. I mean, this looks janky as hell. Like, what is this? I just wanted to go supersonic, okay? And this can, but it has to be pitching down, but it will complete the first supersonic contract because I did do that when I was playing around with it earlier. Gonna launch on the 2nd. That's this Friday, I believe, isn't it? I think that's the next launch window, hopefully. Professional German engineering. Yeah, this is janky as hell, but it's all first. It's starting node technology. It's a jet engine, so it's just why I made this, and it can fly, just about, but it's not very good. It will get us the supersonic contract. Let's fly it in a shape. God, yeah, it's going to take 217 days. We definitely need to put some new people into the hangar. Let's simulate this and just show that it will fly. Looks like a Russian plane. I'm so bad at aircraft, that's going to kill me even more. Yeah, I'm still not the best at aircraft. I have gotten a lot better at designing them, and actually, I used to tend to, when I designed the 2 aircraft that I've got on this stream, I've got also a X1 Recreation that's probably not the best, but when I designed them, usually what I used to do when designing aircraft, it was like, I'd do it all, and then I'd realise I'd try and make it look cool, and then I'd get to FAR, and FAR would throw up all of the red numbers being like, oh no, your plane is absolutely naff. Do better. But when I built both of these, they actually worked from the get-go. FAR said they were both stable aeroplanes, which was really nice. And I think it's because I've been looking at a lot more in real life planes and going into it a little bit more for when I was doing all of the stuff for All Kerbal Kind, and I think that's maybe a little bit better at designing planes. So yes. Yeah, that is hopefully help me out a bit. Not NASA's usual. What planes? Carnasa, good night. Thank you, Black Eagle, for coming along to the stream. Have a enjoyable rest of your evening, and yes, good night. Thank you for coming along. Could use some flaps. I mean, we've got roll control and we've got pitch control, and it works. It does work. We're gonna fly this, and I'll fly around and just showcase. Although we are floating. For whatever reason, I'm also going to turn fine control on, because it would be good to have fine control so we don't break this apart. No, I'll ask Katniss. What are you bullying Katniss in the chat, Alasea? Sounds like me. I build things for looks more than functionality. Yes, this definitely was not for looks. This is one of the ugliest planes I think I have ever designed. But it flies quite well, or it should do. Come on, why are we not taking off? Usually you take off by this point. Oh dear, we're getting a little bit fast now. Come on. Come on, this front wheel cannot take it. Let's turn master switch off and let's... Wow. This flew a lot... Oh, there we go. Finally. About time. There we go. Master switch on. I find that using the kind of like... master switch or standard fly-by-wire on planes like this, if you keep SAS on the runway, it moves a lot better, but as soon as you're in the air, turn on master switch and then it'll be like a lot smoother to fly. That's just how I tend to use atmospheric autopilot. I ask Katniss, you ask Katniss, what are we asking Katniss? You gonna slap some logos on that bad boy? It looks a bit bland right now. I might do. I do have conformal decals, and actually I think conformal decals is now standard as part of RO, which is really nice. But no, I will. I've made a flag for this series. It's a little bit naff at the moment, but then I'm not very good at making flags. It's definitely something that I do want to do a little bit better. Maybe the flag for this series, or I don't know, if there's any budding artists over on Discord who would help me make a flag for this series, that would be fantastic. I know some people have made some stuff for me before on there. There are some good artists over on the Discord. If you don't know about the Discord, there is a link in the description of this live stream, as well as a link to how to install this kind of, what is it, cutting edge, that's what I was looking for. Cutting edge version of RP-1. There's also a link to that as well. I'll make a flag. You'll make a flag, will you, Alisaia? Becca, that's the last name of my best friend. Becca? I feel like I've missed something there in chat. Love making flags. What's the vibe for the agency? I don't really know. I kind of, if I did do a series on this, what I would want to do is kind of do the similar sort of style that I did with Kerbal Gets Real, except I feel like the first episode, rather than doing it over the course of a year, would be more like the course of 2 years. So somewhat serious, but also just, I don't know, not deadly serious, because I feel like For All Kerbal Kind, when I joined that, it's not going to be deadly serious, but it's going to be much more serious than videos that I usually do, just to keep in with the theme of the series. Really, this is so slow. it does, I promise, it does eventually make it to supersonic speeds if we go in a bit of a nosedive, but I think I just wanted to show that it flew. I think what we'll do is we'll try and land it at this runway here and come back down. Carnasa, yes, you missed a lot of the chat. I'm trying to look at chat way more today. I know when I was designing Woomera the other day, I did tend to miss quite a lot. And today I am trying to kind of split my attention evenly between chat and playing the game and talking. And I think I'm doing a little bit better today. Do a barrel roll. Okay. Not really a barrel. This is more of an inline roll, isn't it? A barrel roll more kind of goes like that, I think. Is that the difference? Like, this is, I think that's just called like an inline roll, where you maintain pitch and yaw and all of that, but you just roll around on the spot. Whereas I think a barrel roll, you kind of also pitch up at the same time. You need a co-host like what N9 and I did. I know, I was talking about that earlier. I know Beardy also has people on his live streams to chat to. Sometimes Alisaia will join me. She's not actually with me at the moment. She is at my sister's looking after her dogs. So, yes, she's not here. I'm on my own right now with the cats. What the hell is RP2? What the hell is RP2? That's, I mean, that's what it says on the thumbnail. It's weird, man. It's weird. What is all of this? Like, there's so much stuff, so much different stuff, and it's very confusing, very complicated. With the cats, I am with the cats. I was a little bit worried about Pippin, because he hasn't been eating properly recently, but I think he's okay. I managed to get him to eat today, which was good. And I think it's just Teddy is kind of eating all of his food and not leaving any for him, being a little greedy shit. Ha! Slow takeover. It's Mark's Day, baby. Do a sausage roll. How does one do a sausage roll in a plane? Is there some sort of weird new flight maneuver that I don't know about from Top Gun 2? I still need to see that film. I've not seen it yet, but I've heard nothing but absolutely amazing things about it, so I do really want to go and watch it. And apparently it was really good in the cinema, but I'm not even sure if it's still in the cinema. Okay, I'm going to go. Thank you, Katniss, for coming along to the first couple of hours of this stream. I know it's late for you, but I hope you enjoyed me. Mostly in simulations. In fact, we've not even launched a single actual rocket yet, and I've been here for 2 hours. There is a lot to go through in this new version of RP-1. I think I'm gonna time warp this because I want to slow down as much as possible before getting to the runway. It would be nice to perform a runway landing. Always nice when you perform a runway landing. I don't really want to be going 150 meters per second when I land, though. I want to be going quite a bit slower than that, so I'm going to try and bleed off as much speed as I possibly can on the approach, but at the same time, hopefully not going too slow that we stall, because I don't think the stall speed on this is very high in the slightest. In fact, I think it's Yeah, the stall speed on this is pretty bad due to the shape of the wings. Right, there we go. We're going like 95 meters per second. I'd be quite happy landing at this sort of speed. So I'm going to get the landing gear out. And we are going to attempt to land. And yeah, we're coming down quite aggressively. So make sure I've got the brakes on. And let's try and line up for the runway and get down nice and safely. Yeah, I'm going to pump the engine a little bit because this is too slow. What is our vertical speed? Where is it? It's atmosphere info? No, surface info. Vertical speed, we're coming down at like 1.2 meters per second, but I can pitch up a little bit. Oh, I suppose this isn't too bad. We're... Oh, God. Oh, we're not going to make the runway. Oh, come on. Speed up, speed up, speed up, speed up. Oh, damn it. This is not going to end well. Yes. It's only a simulation, but I know that we should not land on that section of the runway. Oops. RP-2 spoilers, crude lunar impactor. I wonder if they finally added that most cursed of contracts. But contracts don't work in this anymore. 10 out of 10 landing. What? What? Yes, no, I was going a little bit too slow. I stalled and hit the front of the runway, which is a bit of a shame. I'll have to fly that a little bit better when it's not a simulation. Oops, Carnasa, you did the wrong thing. You should have told the runway to slow down. Yeah, I obviously bled off way too much speed then. So yeah, I can make it about 80 meters per second, but we did slow down to, yeah, like 51 meters per second by the end of that, which is obviously far too slow for us to maintain any sort of lift in that plane, which is a bit of a shame. But that plane does work. I can land that because I didn't actually crash it at all when I was flying it before. Would you believe? Probably not, because you just watched me crash it into the runway. X-plane lunar impactor? We might be getting some... We definitely will be doing some X-planes in this. Absolutely. I never did X-planes in Kerbal Gets Real. I've never really done X-planes at all. I will be maybe looking into doing some in For All Kerbal Kind. But they're going to be interesting X-planes, like Electric Lightning X-plane, potentially. What's up, Carnasa and gang? Hello, welcome, Liran Turkaj. Welcome to the stream. If I said your name incorrectly there, I do profusely apologize. I'm very bad with pronouncing names. Right, I am going to tool this up, which is going to cost quite a lot. But then once we tool this up, it goes down from 955 to only 169. There we go. Oh, 186. Why is it plus 10%? Oh, obviously one of the programs that I have bought or made, or one of the staff that I've hired for this, obviously they are making my planes take longer to build. Who will win? An aerospace engineering student, a computer science student, or a pizza boy? Definitely the pizza boy. I don't know. I don't know who's going to win out of Beardy and N9. Obviously, I've got a little bit more insider information now. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a very tight race. I think it's going to be very tight. It will be down to maybe not quite as close as the first uncrewed lunar landing, where they landed what, like 2 hours apart. But it's going to be close, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it and seeing what they do. But yeah, obviously both of them have now built their moon rockets. Beardy built his N9. Beardy built his N1. Yes, I'm going to do that a lot, aren't I? Beardy built his N1 yesterday, and I think N9 built the Saturn V a few days ago. I remember staying up watching that entire stream because my sleeping pattern was balked. But Mark, I have now fixed my sleeping pattern, so I'm not going to be up at a stupid crazy time in order to play Barotrauma, which is sad. Right, anyway, I am getting distracted. I need to make sure that I have built all of these parts. Can we launch, unlock 5 parts for 5 funds, and build vessels spending 0 subsidy? Right, cool. That has got supersonic flight on it, but we're not going to be going 450 meters per second where that requires it. But I might leave that on anyway, just in case we get the opportunity to use that. Right, CS1, I think, yep, that's all good. That should be being built. I don't need to make a launch complex for this because you start with a hangar. So that'll be fine. Why do I need to upgrade it? Currently in use. Oh, no, I don't. It's just saying that it is in use. Okay, that's absolutely fine. We don't need to upgrade the hangar. Perfect. Right, okay, so that is that done. I'm going to, yeah, I'll save that, and then what we'll do is we'll leave. So now we have our first vehicle being built. It's okay, I'm free at normal times for you, but that would be just you and me because Trent works at Carnasa. Yes. And N9, obviously, very important job to do, delivering the pizzas to everyone. I used to deliver pizzas quite a while ago. I think it was probably even longer ago than that. 6 years ago. It was when I met words, they are hard. When I met my wife, I was working at Domino's Pizza as a delivery driver at that time, and I think, yeah, that was 6 years ago. Right, okay, so XLS1. Yeah, that's going to be done shortly, but I think now that I want to do, there is obviously so much more to do now. I want to put some more engineers, I think, into this hangar, because how long is that going to take to build? That will be done, actually, it'll be done on the 25th of February. To be honest, I can probably not need to worry about putting any more engineers in there, but I will want some engineers as soon as I have built XLS1, because I will need engineers in order to staff that launch complex. But no, I think waiting till the end of February for this plane will be absolutely fine. So we're going to warp to complete. Sorry for the aggravating flashing lights. I should have probably put some more researchers on with the money that I've got left over. I think I will do that. Oh, yeah, no, I will. We will get some researchers. I'll get another 5 researchers. But now this launch complex is complete, we can go to it, selecting it via here, and I can hire. I'm going to hire 10 because that's the max that I can have in this launch complex, and we'll put 10 in there. Now what we can do, now that we've done all of that, I can go to my plans, hopefully, and I can build a silver. Oh no, I need to go into the vehicle assembly building and build it because it's not assigned to this launch complex. That's really annoying. I thought I'd get over having to go back in the vehicle assembly building. So obviously with RP-1 and RO and all of that, there are a lot of scene changes anyway. This new update, you're going to be constantly coming in and out of buildings because you build a launch complex and then you have to go back into the VAB and then assign something to that launch complex. I don't like it for that, in the fact that sometimes when you get like quite far into RP-1, scene changes do take a really long time. So it might get quite annoying eventually, but I guess the other kind of like features are pretty cool. It's honest work. It is honest, right? I'm assuming you're talking about the pizza delivery. Still cannot fathom how TD got a moon landing in 57. Neither can I, to be honest. I don't know about this. I don't know how long it will take people to do that in this new version, but I have a feeling that it will not be as fast. From my very limited experience of playing this, what I've been doing just now, and also from having a little bit of a test run earlier on, yes, you can't speed run this as well as you would have been able to the old system. Yeah, this is the flag that I designed. I'm really not that impressed with it. It's just got CASA, which is the Carnasa Aeronautical and Space Administration, and it's got some little white lines and 3 stars because they were meant to be for the astronauts that died in the old Kerbal Gets Real series. Oh, that's annoying that doesn't cover over both of them. I think we'll get that like there. But yeah, this flag could probably look a lot better. a lot better. Which is why I said earlier on, yeah, I'm not entirely happy with this flag. It'll do the job for now. The Carnasa Asa indeed. I kind of like it, do you? I basically Googled space agency flags and had a look at what they look like. And a lot of them were kind of like, yeah, this blue color with a little bit of red in it and white as well. And there's a lot of like kind of like free-flowing shapes. And yeah, it's kind of like a mix between NASA and the Canadian Space Agency flag, I think is the best way to describe it. What did I miss? Hello, Micro. You missed me, like, sorting out all of the administration, pretty much, for the start of this stream series. There is so much to do with it now. It's honestly, it's all you're doing. You become a manager. I really hope I don't have to deal with too many Karens. Okay, anyway, with that being done, I think, yeah, we will save this, and we should finally be able to set this to XLS1, and it's going to take 95 days to build this. Bloomin' heck, that's a long time for a sounding rocket. Why is that? Why is that? I don't know why that is. Have we got some stuff in here that we shouldn't do? Have I not tooled it? No, everything's tooled. This is not near it. No, that's a science core. Got some wings and a tie. Yeah, that should be fine. I don't know why that's going to take that long. It might be because I've only just put my engineers into here, and engineers take a little bit of time to, you know, get used to their new workplace and make friends and get all productive and all of that. So eventually that will speed up, but I can't put any more engineers in this launch complex because the max that I can have in here is 10. As it, well, I can't see it from the screen anymore, but yeah, no, we can only put 10 in there, and we have 10 in there already, so it won't really get much faster than that, which is a bit of a shame. Right, okay, yeah, but I think that's it. We can launch one of these. Oh, we need to buy something. Oh, just the flag. There we go. Silver Bullet 1 to the build list. That's the first thing that we're launching, or the first rocket. We've built a plane already, but yes, it takes a long time to get into this. A very long time. So much more tough to do at the beginning. Right, anyway, yeah, I think I'm done here. There was one thing I wanted to do. I wanted to add this to plans because I feel like that would be smart. How do I do that? Show, hide management, plans, and there we go. Cancel that one because we don't want that. Add to building plans. There we go. Silver Bullet 1 is ready. This has all been built. We can leave this and start time warping ahead to some actual launches. Real life launches. Veos. The top needs to be pointy. It's not scary if it's not pointy. Hello, Veos. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. You streamed the other day, didn't you? I think, did you stream last night? I didn't catch your stream. How did that go? Pointy end up, Bernie end down. Yeah, that is something that I should have known when doing the upside down rocket craze, but I unfortunately didn't listen to the sage advice of such smart men such as Scott Manley and and the like. Yes, no, I was it was an interesting time for my channel. I might go back and do some more because they were very popular. And I like making videos that I like to make, though. I'm not very much one for making things just because they're popular. I like making what I like to make, essentially. And me screaming at you in DMs. Wait, who was screaming? Were you screaming at me in DMs? Or is this someone else? When do we get the Veos brand RP-1? Veos, have you ever done RP-1? I know you've done RO, and I'm fairly sure, didn't you have a hand in helping Cosmo with an RO SSTO a long time ago? Or am I making that up completely? I can't remember. I can't complain. How am I doing? I'm doing very well. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, I'm just really struggling with, like, look, there's 4 things that I've got to deal with now. This is insane. Like, all of these new changes to RP-1 that they have made, it's mental. It's absolutely crazy. Anyway, I'm going to bring up this. So, our CS1, which I think was just like Carnasa Supersonic 1, that's why it was called that. Really inventive name, I know. That's going to be done in a few days. In how many days? Not very long at all. And then we'll get HAL, which is our big rocket launch site. Yeah, that's fine. And then we'll get the Silver Bullet, and then we'll get our research. That's absolutely fine. That's probably a very good order of things to happen. So we're going to warp this to complete. And then I think what I'm going to do is we are just going to launch this. We don't want to air launch this. I don't think we can air launch at the moment. And yeah, we will get ready. Have I got all of my engineers all in good place? Yeah, they are. Why is that yellow, though? Some engineers are idle. They shouldn't be. Oh, it's the hangar engineers. Yeah, they are going to be idle. Because I have... What have I done? I've got no one working at hangar anymore. Right, okay, so there we go. That is all done. We are going to launch this. I think we'll have both of these, and Maria Becker and Gunther Hoffman, in here and we will launch this. But I think I'm going to go for a quick 5-minute break, go grab myself another drink and just like get calm and collected because I've been streaming for 2 hours. I will be back momentarily, but until then, I'll see you in a moment, which once by Be Right Back screen. There it is, in a minute. Hello everyone, we are back. I saw someone mention in, I think it was no musician gets something right on their first try. Oh man, the amount of vocal takes I did for the Starlight cover for All Kerbal Kind was insane. I kept singing that because there was always just like one note that I wasn't happy with and going over it and doing it again and again and again. It was just, yeah, I usually take multiple takes at singing. Just because there's always like one little thing that gets in the way and it's just annoying. That was pretty fast. I only just went and grabbed myself a drink. That was pretty much it. And resting my voice just for a minute as well, because I do tend to talk an awful lot on these live streams, and I did notice my throat was getting a little bit sore, so I needed a little bit of a break. There was also another thing. What was that purple thing? I'm assuming you were talking about the confidence. It's like next to the science on like the main Space Center screen. It's a new kind of like resource that you gather by completing contracts, and it means that you can pick better programs for yeah, you can pick better programs. You can like pick the faster programs rather than picking slower ones. It's complicated. I think I mentioned it more at the beginning of the stream. Anyway, let's fly this and let's try not to crash this time, because that would be terrible. Here we go. We are going to be launching our first actual mission. Are these got locked steering? Or not? Yep, those are locked. That's perfect. Autopilot module manager. Let's get that ready. I'm still at work, but just wanted to drop in and see my favourite KSP YouTuber. Good luck. I must go. Everyone, don't forget to like the stream and sub to Carnasa. Bye-bye. Thank you, Veos. Thank you for coming along. Oh, we're going a little bit over here. Thank you for coming along to the stream. I was losing control of the plane for a second then. And thank you for those kind words. And yes, definitely everyone in this stream, also go and check out Veos. Absolutely amazing KSP content creator. Really, really great. Oh, why are we going all over the place? I really don't want to turn going 90 meters per second. And hopefully we should be able to take off about now. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Right. We are just going to make a slow climb up, because in order to make this go supersonic, I need to get to about 12,000 meters, and then I need to nose straight down, and that's how I'm going to complete the supersonic contract. Yes, we're going to cheese it like that, because I am terrible at building planes that can reach supersonic speeds. It can... I think I don't know. I don't know if this can reach that kind of speed for 30 seconds any other way. I don't think it can. I think I'm also going to physical time warp this just because it's going to take a really long time, and we're just going to be nosing straight up. That's all we're going to be doing. I will be checking chat whilst we're flying this, and I'm also going to make sure that this isn't going to crash and burn. Carnasa, you missed me picking on you for putting a ton on your plate. A ton on my plate? What, for like doing all of these different series and everything? Oh yeah, no, you said that we still need to do Barotrauma and Hunt. Yes, we have played Hunt before. We've done Hunt before at least once. I would like to play that again though, because that was really fun. But no, I definitely really want to get on Barotrauma as well. Because I played it a little bit after buying it, but not an awful lot. And it does seem like it's going to be a really fun game for like multiple people to play. I'm looking forward to doing that. This song that is currently playing is a song that I made. This is the only song on this playlist that I made because it's not got any singing in it. So I thought, you know, it's just nice. It's drum and bass, which I know is a bit of an acquired taste, but yes, I made this a long time ago now. I think about 2 years ago. More Carnasa RimWorld content. I would love to get back into making RimWorld content. I really do enjoy RimWorld. RimWorld is one of my all-time favorite games. It's just unfortunate that no one really wants to watch it. Not from my channel, anyway. Pog. Just go at high altitude. Yeah, we will be flying this. I need to get up to about 12,000 meters, but like, look how slow this is. It is really slow. It's because we're using like the starter technology jet engine, which is naff. It's the Derwent 5. It's just really, really bad. Like, we can barely get higher than 140 meters per second at the moment. But you know, if I do this, I get some more reputation, and that means I'll get more funding, and I'll be one step closer to completing the X-Planes program. Yes. So I'll watch it even if no one else done. Should have done a double Derwent. Maybe that might have been a little bit better. I know this does work though, because yeah, this is the exact same model that I grabbed. It looks like we're yeah, no, that's fine. I've used this plane once already to get supersonic in the little test run that I did before the stream. Looks like a black L. Oh, I didn't put any I was going to put some decals on and I forgot to do that. Oh, well, we can edit this plane, although I'm not sure if we're ever going to fly this again. We might fly this just the once and then be done with it. Right, come on, I'm going to go 4 times speed. We are slowly getting higher, 7,600, but we are also losing speed. I think if we... Oh, no, that may have been a little bit too aggressive. There we go. We're gaining a bit of speed now. Are we still going up? Where is my vertical speed? 5 meters per second. Yeah, we are still going up. Save the double for J58. I know one of the designs, I've done another design that kind of, I think it was on the thumbnail. Yeah, the plane that is on the thumbnail, I'm also going to drag that across from my old save into this one, and that does have a double engine on the back, and that can go Mach 2.5. But it requires, I think, supersonic tech, the 3rd supersonic tech that you unlock. So it's going to be a while before I get to that. But yes, no, that will be a speedy boy, and it will go very fast. Just call upon the power of the glasses, then it can't fail. Absolutely. I've got the glasses on now. Obviously, we are in a precarious situation. We are actually flying something for real. So obviously the safety glasses must come out. Get some real cursed bodies with double Derwent. Yeah, I imagine, because this engine, like, in order to hide this is what this entire back section is for. Because if we kind of like look in, it's really fat and wide here, and then it gets really thin. It just looks hideously ugly. Right, so we are now at 11,000 meters. We're going to go a little bit higher. We're going to try and get this. I think I did definitely pick up the contract, right? Break the sound barrier crude, yeah. We're going to try and get this to about 12,000. We'll just keep going up, and then basically as soon as I can't go up anymore, we're going to nosedive straight down and try and break. I think it's 350 meters per second, isn't it? Oh no, we just need to be going Mach 1. So that depends on how high up in the altitude, in the atmosphere we are. So we're going Mach 0.8 or 0.821 at the moment. Programs and launch complexes. Carnasa, hey, I only just caught this live. What's RP2? Yes, in simple terms, what Beastie said. Programs and launch complexes. And complex is the correct name. It is incredibly complicated. It adds a whole new management side to the game. Whole new kind of like admin roles and yeah. It's a lot to learn, and this really... I've said it a few times on stream already. This is really only like I've played a little bit into about 1952 before, and it is so this is kind of like one of my first real experiences with it. It is complicated as anything, but it's quite enjoyable, and there are some really cool little features that it includes as well, which hopefully, as long as I complete this contract, Break the Sound Barrier Crude, we will get to see one of those pop up once we land back safely. Right, I think I'm going to let this gain some speed now. And I think 245 meters per second at the moment. We're still gaining speed, but we are losing altitude ever so slightly. I think it's time just to, you know, nose down. It's time. We're going to break the sound barrier by pointing aggressively down. And keep flying down until we go faster than 350 meters per second, and try and keep the Mach 0. Well, we want that to be Mach 1, and as soon as that hits Mach 1, there we go. Now this timer should start counting down. Perfect. We just need to maintain this for 30 seconds, which I have a very good feeling we will be able to do. 20 seconds left. Here we go. I'll be back. See you in a bit, Mark. Thank you for coming along. I should still be streaming. I plan on streaming for hopefully about another couple of hours yet, because I wanted to do a 4-hour stream. Maybe not quite a bonkers 8-hour stream like N9 did, but it would be nice to, you know. I think the last time I did a 4-hour stream was quite a long time ago. There we go. We've broken the sound barrier, and we barely did it without a sweat. Now we just need to turn around and land back on the runway, and that's going to be interesting because we are quite far away. And obviously this plane has no parachutes or nothing of that sort. So, and I think we are going to slow down because I don't want the engine to blow up. Yeah, it's got no parachutes. I've got no safety net. I think these Kerbals can EVA, but I don't think they have parachutes on them because you need to select them to have parachutes when you fly. So 8 hours of admin building micro. Yes, basically that's what we've been doing for the start of the stream. This is actually, I'm 2 hours and 12 minutes into the stream right now. And this is the first actual flight I've done. I've done a few simulations already, but this is the first real flight. There's an awful lot that you need to sort out and set up at the beginning of one of these new careers. I need to make sure that I'm going the right direction. 180 is not. I need to be going 270, I believe, to be going back towards the Cape. I think that might be it over there. I really should have... Did I leave the supersonic? I did. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. You need to be going, I think, faster than 450 meters per second, above 10 kilometers. Yeah, no, we're not going to be able to do that with this plane. Absolutely not, which is a little bit sad, but oh well, nothing to be done about that. Right, I will be checking chat again momentarily as soon as I've turned this vehicle around and we're flying back from where we came from. I want to be following the 270 mark to hopefully get us back to the Cape, and hopefully the landing in this real version of this flight rather than the simulation that I did earlier goes a little bit better. I might try and come down at maybe about 100 meters per second rather than slowing myself down a little bit too much. Right, so we should hopefully be pointing back at the Cape now. We've come quite far. made it all the way over to, is that the Bahamas? I think that's the Bahamas, isn't it? My geography of like North America and all of these islands is terrible. I mean, I know that's Cuba. And this is Florida. Yes, and that's Idaho somewhere. Why Idaho? I don't know. It's just the first state that popped in my mind. I know Idaho is over in that direction. I think it's to the east of Washington. And the only reason I know that is because one of my best friends from school went to university there for a brief period of time. Sparkly blue waters, sure as Bahamas. Yes, so I was right. It is the Bahamas. The only reason why I know that was the Bahamas as well is because when they were talking about the SLS launch today, when I was watching the live streams of it, they were saying really the only good place that you will get a actual visual of SLS flying is going to be like at the Cape and from the Bahamas. So it's like, so obviously it's going to be flying eastward. They must be the Bahamas because they said that on the SLS live streams earlier on. Ayo, I'm in Idaho. I've never been. I've only been to a couple of places in America, 3 places in America. Never Idaho, although my friend who went there to university said they had a really good time. I think they went to Salt Lake City. I don't think that's in Idaho. I think it's just to the south, but I remember them talking about having a trip there, and I think a trip to Washington State as well whilst they were over. But no, I've personally been to New York, Florida several times, and where else have I been? Las Vegas. Las Vegas. Those are the 3 places I went. I went to Vegas on my 21st birthday, which was really fun. Definitely an experience. And yeah, no, my family are massive Disney nuts, so they go to Florida quite frequently. And in fact, I have 2 sisters and my mum and dad. And all of them, at the moment, are in Florida. And my youngest sister, who's over there for her honeymoon right now, was at the SLS launch today. She was there at the Cape, hoping that it would launch, but obviously it never did. So she sent me a picture of her stood in front of like SLS in the background, and I was very jealous. I'm not gonna lie, I was very jealous. I'd be like, how are you there? You don't know anything about rockets. Why? But yes, my entire family have left me. I'm here in England on my own. It's getting to September and the weather's starting to get miserable, which is actually kind of nice. I'm fed up of it being hot all the time. It's still quite warm though. Definitely still quite warm. Right, let's just go 4 times speed. This is going to be a long flight back. This is going to take us quite a while. How's driving on the other side of the road over here in America compared to the UK? I've never driven in the States. Personally, I would never want to. It's something that I don't think my brain could fully comprehend. When I've been over before with my parents have driven. But no, I've never driven in the States or in Europe, so I've only ever driven on the left-hand side of the road. And it's just, it makes my head kind of like weird, even thinking about it, like going around a roundabout the wrong way. It's like, what? How does this make sense? But no, obviously, like if you learn to drive that way, it makes complete sense. But it's just something that really kind of I couldn't get my head around. Need to go further north, or I'll miss the Cape completely. Yes, you are correct. There it is. I can see it now. Salt Lake is a beautiful mountain city. There's a lot of places that I would really like to go to in America. It's just obviously very expensive. going to the States, just like the flights alone are oh, I turned on RCS by accident, are ridiculous. I can probably turn my engine off at some point soon. So we're going 300 meters per second all the way out here. Going around the roundabout the wrong way, like America has roundabout. There are some roundabouts in America. I know there are some. I know there's not many, and mostly, like nearly every junction is a traffic light controlled junction. But there are definitely some of those magical roundabouts over there. We've got nothing like, what is it, the Swindon roundabout though, which is just a roundabout surrounded by about 8 roundabouts. Honestly, anyone that's not used to driving around them, that would terrify you. Right-click waypoint, then click activate navigation. What? You can do that? It's not doing anything. But I mean, I can see the Cape now anyway. I know that we're heading towards it. And I think we'll try and land on this runway. The Air Force runway, I believe that is. I'm going to slow down the throttle a little bit. We're still going to go 4 times speed. I don't want to slow too much though, because obviously I don't want to crash in front of the runway, although I think this runway is quite long. So I can aim to land like not at the very start of the runway, which might be a sensible idea. Let's change to the... Oh no, I do want to change to... Oh no, yeah, no, that is the right thing. Right, we are going to have to bleed off some more speed though, because we are coming in a little bit too fast. But I think with all of the turns that we're going to do in order to line up with the runway, maybe we will bleed off some speed. Feels like a mod sort of thing. Waypoint manager. That's part of Kerbal. I'm fairly sure that's part of Kerbal Constructs, isn't it? And I do have Kerbal Constructs on this install. Yeah, no, you definitely can choose waypoints with Kerbal Constructs. So I'm not entirely sure where that would be. Right. Let's kill speed. Kill speed. There we go. 160 meters per second is still way too fast. I really want to slow this down a little bit more. I'm gonna toggle the brakes. Just do a little bit of this, a little bit of this. Why have I toggled the brakes without even deploying the landing gear? I don't know. This is very silly of me. I'm probably not going to be checking chat for a little while now, because I'm going to try and land this and not kill Paul Gunter Hoffman and Anne-Marie Becker. That would be very, very, very bad. I think, yeah, now that we're going about 114 meters per second all the way out over here, that should be fine. Although we do need to come down a little bit, which does mean we are going to speed up. I hate flying. I hate flying planes. Especially like with mouse and keyboard. This would be so much more fun to do with a joystick, but alas, I do not have a HOTAS system or anything like that. Right, I feel like maybe one more little bank like this. Yeah, we've done like this. There we go, this should be fine. Right, let's pitch down. And let's... Oh, nose up. Right, okay. So, come on. Come on. Yeah, here we go. This is much better. Perfect. Textbook landing. And now we just need to wait until we slow down, which we should any moment. Whoop, whoop, terrain. Pull up, pull up. No, we're good. Look at that. That was a great landing. I'm quite proud with that landing. It was... I don't think that could have gone any better. Much better than it did in the simulation earlier on anyway, where we accidentally blew up the entire plane and killed everyone. No HOTAS in 2022. Not my Carnasa. I know, I've never had one. I've never ever had one. I would really love to get one. It's just... there's a lot of things I'd also really love to get, and it's quite far down the list of things that I do want. I also heard a ding. I'm not sure what that is, once again, because I can't see it. Like a second monitor, I feel like would be more important. Then that way I can have OBS up on another screen and I can see what all of these notifications are. That would be much more important. Superb flight. No way I could that. A textbook landing, but maybe not a textbook approach. Yeah, it was a little bit like all over the place. So now, with that being done, we've managed to get ourselves some reputation. And I think, yeah, so we actually gain more money per year because of that reputation. And that's what reputation is now for, which is going to be great. So we'll get a little bit more funding with that, which is brilliant. But we are going to recover this vessel. I think we'll recover it to the spaceplane hangar, because it would be nice to be able to use this again. I'm not sure if I will use it again for anything, but having that option would definitely be nice. Wait, Carnasa, there's still rep? Yes, reputation is now important. It's actually got a use. RP-1, it didn't, but now it's how we get money. So I completed, and here we go. Here's one of the new things. Look at this. There's friggin' newspapers. There's newspapers and it says what you've done, like, and it's got a picture of the plane. How cool is this? Like, when I first saw this, when it came up, I was just like, oh my god, this is amazing. It's just like, so cool. And I've only seen 2 newspapers so far. There's breaking the speed of sound, and there's also one for when you first reach or breach the Kármán line. So you'll get a newspaper clipping for both of those. Obviously, there's probably going to be more. Like I imagine first orbit, maybe like first lunar landing and all of that. There's there'll be loads, I imagine. But yeah, I just thought this was such a cool, nice little touch that the game has added. That it's just awesome. It doesn't do anything, but it's just so nice. It's why I like a mod called Final Frontier as well. It kind of does something not quite like this, but fairly similar. Like it chronicles what your Kerbals have been up to. But yeah, de Havilland DH108, I've actually made one of those in For All Kerbal Kind. And if you saw my stream, I think it was last Wednesday, I can't remember when it was, when I was building Woomera, I was flying my de Havilland DH108 around and it fell apart in the middle of the air because I'm not a good pilot. The paper needs a more papery texture, probably. Like I said, I've said this quite a few times on this stream, this is still all early progress. Like it's being constantly updated. This is a testing branch of this mod pack basically, or like the mod that this is going to be. So Carnasa, is this a standalone RP1 or just an update? This is an update to RP1. There is a link to the where you go to get the download for this in the description of this live stream video, and it tells you kind of like how you install it there. Thank you, Rail Cowgirl, for the donation. Don't sniff hydrazine. Absolutely not. I don't think I should be. I mean, funny you say that. That got brought. I keep forgetting that I've got text-to-speech on. I think it only does it over a certain donation amount though, because I know someone else donated £2 earlier on and it didn't bring up text-to-speech. But yeah, no, on Beardy's stream last night, there was a lot of people talking about sniffing rocket propellants, and it was a little bit, yes, I was supposed to be moderating that chat, and I honestly had no idea what I was doing. I was really tired. I was up since like 6 o'clock in the morning yesterday, and Beardy was streaming at, no, 2 o'clock in the morning, and Beardy was streaming at 8 PM, and I was just knackered and trying to read through chat, making sure no one was being very naughty. Was quite exhausting. All right, so yeah, first plane is fine. The next thing that we're going to be doing is recovering this vessel, which is going to be in 1 day and 16 hours. We're still getting it. So yeah, I talked about this earlier. When you warp to complete now, you see, so in that 1 day and 16 hours, we're going to lose 165 funds, but that's because we are currently building up this HAL, and that is quite an expensive thing. So obviously the funds that we get from our subsidies are not going to be able to cover what we're spending on building a new launch complex. Launch complexes are generally quite expensive, so you will find that when you're building a new one that you will be losing money. What is your TTS man's name? TTS man's name? What's that? Text-to-speech man's name. Oh, text-to-speech man's name. Yeah, that's what you mean. I don't actually know. I think it's just the standard one from Stream Elements. I think that's where I've got it from. It's also how I do the countdown at the start of the stream. It's probably just like Microsoft Sound. I don't know. Is it? I'm not sure. He buttered the plane flight. I buttered the plane flight. The plane flight was good. Or does buttered mean good? I don't know. I'm not sure. Right, anyway, warped complete. We're going to lose 4,000 funds for completing that, but that's okay, not to worry. I think what I might do, though... Are we still really going to be taking that long on building this? Yeah, we are. Damn. That's going to take a long time. Do I want to maybe... I need to hire some engineers once this is done, because I need to throw some engineers in there, like, straight away. Or do I want to get some researchers first? See, this is... You can fire people, though, but obviously you don't get the money back. But it does mean that it doesn't go into your, like, outgoing expenses. But, so, I'm not sure. I think maybe... How long is my research going to take? Yeah, I definitely do want some more scientists. So that's going to cost us 4,000 to make, so we'll be on 13,000. No, I'm not. I'm gonna wait until this is done. Then what we're gonna do is, now that we've got HAL built, I can come into the vehicle assembly building and actually maybe look at tooling up our bigger rocket, and then hopefully we should be able to launch that. Jeff, let's name the TTS Kevin. Kevin. What? I'm sure that's from something. I might be. I'm not sure where. I've got like some sort of show in my head where there's someone just like Kevin. Does the mod let you share tech with the Russians like on TV? I don't think. Well, we are going to be in this install, in this save that I'm going to be running through. I'm just going to be using whatever tech that I want. I'm not going to be stuck to using just American tech or Russian tech or European tech like I will be in For All Kerbal Kind. I'll just be using absolutely everything. But we're going to get Dave out, and I think I did not tool Dave. No, we are going to have to tool Dave. Which is a little bit annoying. I think we don't have enough. No, we need 16,000, which is a little bit of a shame. I think if we purchase the tooling for this, though, like, let's do this individually, 8,682, and then, oh no, I still need another, yeah, you know what? I'm going to not start building Dave up yet. We're going to go to the Space Center, and I'm going to time warp ahead a little bit until I get some more money. Because obviously, like, usually when you play RP-1, you complete a contract. You're like, oh yeah, suddenly I've got a massive influx of cash. You can't do that anymore because every single contract, like, if I come into Mission Control, none of them offer money. They just offer reputation. That is all you get from contracts. You don't get money at all. The way we get money, it just comes in monthly. So like you can see, like when I warp to complete, we can see that I'm going to gain 5,000 funds by the 12th of May. Oh, that's not bad. We'll gain 5,000 funds over the next month. That's pretty awesome. Which will be enough. If we gain 5,000, that means we'll be on 10,000, which I think should be enough to work or to tool that rocket. I think. I might be wrong. Let's warp to complete and not spend any more of our funding though. And then we'll roll this out. Oh, how much is that going to be to roll out though? This is what I mean. This is so much more complicated than RP1. There's so much more that you need to think about, worry about. Like all of this admin side, it does turn it into a bit more of a strategy game as well. It's just like, obviously Kerbal Space Program, it's just like a space exploration game, and like you build rockets and it's a physics simulator and all of that. It's now got strategy baked into it. It could be Scott in honor of KSP Lord and Savior Scott Manley. That is cursed. Dave and Kevin are both minions, if that helps. Maybe that might be where I'm thinking it from. Like Gru going like, I feel like he could maybe say that at some point. Carnasa, what's the weird mod thing beside the CTB mouse thing? What, the Kerbal changelog? I don't know what that is. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's click. Wait, no. Kerbal. I'm not sure what this does. Oh, it's just all it does is tell you what the change list of the mods that you've got installed. Okay. Fair enough. I don't know why that's part of the install, but apparently it is. Thank you, DR Rosenthal 86. I'll be heading to sleep soon, but thanks for the stream. Thank you for the donation and thank you for coming along. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a good rest of your evening. It just gives the changelog. Yes. Right. So this is going to cost 84 to roll out. I think we'll get that done now so that we can launch that in 3 days. Actually, no, I'm going to stop that. What was... I heard a ding. I thought that might be from the donation, but thank you for the donation anyway. But no, it didn't do a text-to-speech that time. Silver Bullet, I'm going to duplicate this because it's always best to have another one being built, and it's not really going to cost us an awful lot. With that being built, that's being rolled out. Now what I can go and do is I can finally tool this larger V2-esque rocket that I've got designed. And then with that being all done, then I can start building those at the new place. And then I'm going to have to hire some engineers in order to build that. There's just the list goes on and on and on. It's just so many different things to do. But it's certainly, I'm having fun, right? Yes, definitely. HAL 13 to 18 tons. Now, I am really enjoying this update. I know it probably won't be for everyone, though, because obviously it does add maybe you might say, needless level of complexity, but it is quite fun, I feel like, to manage the space center like this. Right, so I want to come in here. That's going to cost us... Ooh, 7,844 funds. That's fine because we are going to use this design quite a lot, especially these payload fairings. So we'll use those on all of these kind of V2-esque rockets that I am building. Meanwhile, in London, ... What's that? Just don't launch it at anything other than space. I mean, we will try not to. We will try not to. Do you reckon anything other than space? Oh, yeah. No, that does make sense. What, because we're launching this from HAL? I really need to watch 2001, okay? I feel like there's definitely some sort of kind of reference that I am missing here from not having seen that film. I know he's like the... Is he like the onboard ship computer or something? Is HAL evil? I have a feeling HAL might be evil. Haven't watched that one. I remember in the movie Home Alone, someone shouting, "Kevin, you might be right." Okay. I think, yeah. My brain's a little bit fried now. I don't know what I was talking about. Oh, I think I need to slow down with the talking a little bit because I'm getting a bit hot. Right, Dave, what am I doing? I'm just launching this. Why am I taking so long to just build this and launch this? Yeah, it's all told. I did say that I was going to make sure that these were... Oh, no, we'll just want custom ends. That all of the experiments are going to be turned on. There we go. And that's going to take us an infinite amount of days because we've not currently got any engineers assigned to this launch pad. But there we go. We will launch that. We'll unlock those parts, and that is now being built. And I think what I will do is make this a plan as well. Add to building plans. There we go. We've got Dave, a very jolly chap, as part of our building plans too. His psycho computer, yes. How was just misunderstood. Okay, quick, everyone, make 2001 references to confuse Carnasa. No, don't do that. I will eventually, one day, I promise, I swear, I will watch that film. Is it on Netflix? Because if it is, I might watch it tonight after I finish streaming. If it's not, I'll probably have ways of finding it for free. Right. Let's have a think for a second. I have got 1,000 funds. You know what? We're not building any X-planes at the moment. So what I'm going to do with that 1,000 funds is I'm going to hire, if I come to staff, I'm going to hire some, not researchers, engineers. I'm going to hire 3 because that's the most that I can afford. Although, no, I can't hire because I'm rolling out at the same time. Maybe I'll, it's not going to be an expensive rollout though. I'll hire 2. Oh, what was that? Oh, hello, Beastie. Thank you for the donation. I'm sorry, Dave. I can't do that. Permanent shutdown of RT-100. Is that where that's from? I've heard that before. I've definitely heard that before. I think it's on Netflix. Ooh, I'll have to check it out. Although, it might be different for me. UK Netflix and all. Netflix being region specific probably has all of the bad stuff on my Netflix, and it's always great going to a different country and seeing exactly what people have on the Netflix. I know you could do it with VPNs as well, but it's just you get into the hotel room and you're like, oh yes, cool, this is something new and exciting. And then you end up spending the entire holiday in the hotel room watching that. Now I don't really do that. Alisea does though. She's not quite that bad. So, this RP2 mod pack gives a steady stream of funds rather than big blocks 4 times a year like NQB did. Yes. So, yeah, we do get it will tell me here, and then when I click like warps complete, it will tell me what my gains and losses are over the course of time that time warp is going to take. It's pretty cool. It's pretty well done. Anyway, what I was going to do is I'm going to, as I'm not building any planes at the moment, I'm actually going to bring all of these engineers out of the hangar, and I'm going to move these across to HAL. And with that, we should have 12 unassigned. Yeah, and there we go. We'll start pumping those into there. And then that way we can see that Dave is going to be done in 1954. We're going to have to put some more engineers into that, I feel, because I do not want my V2 rockets taking that long to build. That is a little bit silly. Yes, no, we will absolutely do something about that, but we'll warp this to complete. And then I think I'll time warp ahead to the morning so that, you know, we can actually see the launch. And then we will launch our first rocket. What is it? 2 hours and 40 minutes into the stream? Yes, there we go. Let's launch Silver Bullet 1. And, right, chat. I've got to ask, if you think that the Aero-B engine is going to fail Type 1, if you think it's going to be a complete success Type 2, because we are playing with test flight, and obviously it could break. So let me know what you think. Will it fail? And there is a bot, and I don't think there's any mods in the chat at the moment, so I'm going to have to try and time this bot out and get them. Put user in timeout, and also you can go away. Go away. Where are you? Report. How do I hide user on this channel? There we go. So 1 was a failure, 2 was success. I see a lot of, I see quite a few 2s. I see a 1.5, so it fails to succeed, or it succeeds to fail? I'm not too sure. 2 error Bs are solid. I won't lie, when I was doing my test run of this earlier on today, my first launch got about 50 meters in the air, and then this engine cut out. So that's the main reason why I'm asking. That there does seem to be a lot of 1s though coming up. People aren't very confident in the design of the Aerobee. I'm sorry, Carnasa, but I can't watch the stream any longer. I might leave in 5 minutes. That's absolutely fine, Hydro44. I'm not forcing anyone to stay. Thank you for staying though. I've noticed you've been in here for quite some time. It has been, yeah, it's been 2 hours and 40 minutes. So enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for coming along if you are going to leave. Anyway, we are going to launch this. Is this building up? Like, is this building up to like a drop or something? Because I really want to launch this on the drop. If it does, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, go. There we go. It kind of wasn't the best of build-ups, but it was sort of in time with the music anyway. Maybe. Please crash, please crash, please crash. Well, the Aerobee lit successfully. Did I turn on all the experiments? Yes, they are. They are all on. Oh yeah, it would have been way better if I'd have launched them when it did a little shh and then in. Yeah, I used to DJ, so I like timing things to music. Success! It all really matters now. Will it burn through completely though? Because I need this. Well, I don't need it, but I would really like this to break the Kármán line. So obviously we're going to have to go above 100 kilometers. And in order to do that, we are going to need this Aerobee to remain lit for the entire duration of its burn, which it is very much looking like it might do. And it's not wobbling over. And I've not got my orbital stats up, so I do not know how high I am. Where is orbital info? Orbit info. Let's get rid of far, because I don't need that. But it's burnt. There we go. And we are going to reach 113 kilometers. Or that will go down, but we should absolutely breach the Kármán line with this, which is absolutely fantastic. And we're going to get a load more reputation because we are doing loads of contracts like first launch. Oh, I didn't even do first launch with that. Oh, oops. It's because my rate of climb never reached higher than 50 meters per second. Oops, I was supposed to do first launch with that plane, and that would have given us a bit more of the reputation. But oh well, we've got it now. And there we go, uncrewed altitude record, speed records. We'll also breach the Kármán line, and hopefully that should give us quite a fair boost of reputation. And reputation, I did mention before, is tied in with how much money we do get monthly. Jeb is dead, and we killed him. Come on, baby, Daddy needs a new set of engineers. Yes, we really do. Although, like, we complete the contract, but we don't get money. We don't get, like, money from it straight away. It's just, we'll get more money in the long run. So you don't get that kind of, like, instant, like, oh, yes, I've just finished this massive it's the Kármán line contract. It's not a big contract, but it's like you don't get this massive influx of money and you think, yes, my space agency is saved. No, it's... I think that there, the screen just kind of like went like that. I think that was the newspaper taking a picture saying that this is going to be the first thing that makes it to space, because as soon as you breach the Kármán line, we'll get another one of those newspapers. And I did notice the screen go a little bit funky then. But yeah, no, it is... I don't know how I feel about this new system yet. I'm not sure if I prefer it. I'm not sure if, like, I prefer the old way, but all I will say is it's definitely different, and it is going to be a massive learning experience. No influx of dopamine, no. The feeling of suddenly getting tens of thousands of funds. I know, it's like as soon as you pick up either the crewed lunar landings or even early game RP-1, as soon as you pick up, like, first scientific satellite or first satellite, and suddenly you've got like, oh, I've got almost 1 million funds. This is great. What am I going to do with this? You don't get that anymore. Although you might do further on when you pick up some of the more I don't know. Like I said, I've only gotten to really like I think 1953 was where I stopped my test run. So I've not even got to orbit in this new system yet. So there is I don't know how it plays out late game. We will have to see. Also, planes and probes things seems to be... I can't wait for this. I really want to get this to work just so I don't have to worry about money and so many different things. I mean, it is nice that you do constantly get influx of money, and it never seems to run out. Sorry about this. I've just got something caught in my vision. I'm seeing something that's really bizarre. Ah, the joys of being diabetic. I probably should go get that checked up. That's really, really disconcerting. I think one thing about the new kind of like RP-1 or RP-2, this launch complexes and programs, X-planes are absolutely going to be required because you do start out with the hangar from the off, and that does mean like you'll obviously want to be building a plane as soon as you start. Like I got that first supersonic contract completed as soon as I started, and it also means that I'm really struggling. I don't know what's going on. This thing in my eye has really gotten to me. X-planes. Oh, the X-planes. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The X-planes thing, the program actually pays more than the other two that you get to pick at the start. So I feel like, yeah, you are definitely going to have to go along with X-planes and planes, which for me, it's kind of... I was never really any good at building planes or doing X-planes, so it's going to be interesting kind of like forcing me into that to actually succeed at this. Oh, please go away, Thoughtbot. Thought be gone. Thoughtbot be gone. Put user in timeout, and then you can also report and do all of that. And the rocket exploded, but that's absolutely fine. That's what we wanted. Seeing stars since I passed the Keimer line. Yes, no. When I was younger, I was a very terrible diabetic. I've had diabetes since I was 2 years old. When I was a teenager, I was very poor with my health, and I didn't look after myself very well. And that caused me to have some problems with my eyesight, which I had corrective laser surgery to fix a while ago. And it looks like, I don't know, I think it's just happened on stream, but it looks like one of them has sort of gone a little bit wrong again, because I can see like this black line floating around in my vision. It's kind of terrifying, and I am going to have to probably see my consultants about that, and it's really annoying that it's just happened in the middle of a stream. But yes, it's not fun at all. Anyway, we're going to go back to the Space Center, or do I think, no, we want to go back to the Space Center, yeah. And we should hopefully get another newspaper clipping. Reported, those pesky bots are riddling my streams as well. They were in Beardies and N9s and everyone who I've seen stream recently. It's just... I don't know what's going on. You would have thought that YouTube, being the massive mega company it is, being run by Google, would be able to sort out their bot invasion at the moment, but no, apparently not. But there we go, rocket reaches space. A Silver Bullet 1 rocket has shot out of the atmosphere and into space. This marks the beginning of a new era where the stars will start to seem closer and closer. Historical information, the first real-life rocket to do this was the MW18014, a V2, which as well, a Nazi missile test. Hopefully your space program will be peaceful and ethical, unlike the V2. And no, it's not. We're going to be dropping bombs on everyone. No, we are peaceful and ethical in this space agency. Right, we're going to recover that, and I think we get some staff from that as well. Yes, I've got 10 new applicants, but it also means that I should be able to get some of these. I think first, I probably want to go and spend my science. Do you think SLS will launch on Friday? I would really like it to launch on Friday. It would be really awesome. All of my family are still going to be over. I imagine a lot of my family are going to be there for the launch on Friday. My mum flew over today, so, and I did say to her before she flew, I was like, oh, you might see the rocket as you fly past, but obviously it didn't launch, and now she's going to be in Florida, so I wonder if they'll go and watch it on Friday if that happens. Carnasa, I've got eye problems too. Sitting in front of a monitor for a long time isn't good. Maybe tomorrow, after you had a good night's sleep, it might be better. But still, going to the doc is good. Yes, no. It's fixable. It's just I've not had I've had laser eye surgery to correct it about 2 years ago, and I see an ophthalmologist every 3 months, I think, to check up, and every checkup that I've had, they've been like, yep, absolutely fine, your eyesight is fine, there's no need for any more corrective surgery or anything like that, which is why it's weird, although it does seem to be going now. But it's so weird having something in your sight, because, like, obviously I'm trying to focus on the screen and, like, talk and do all of that, but because it's in my eye, like, it's basically a blood vessel was broken in my eye. That's what it is. It's like there's a black line in my vision, and it's something like wherever I look, I can't get rid of it. It's really, really kind of scary. Matt Lown is an ophthalmologist, right? Should go see him. I don't think I don't know what he is. I don't think he's a doctor. I think he's spoken about it before. I know he works with eyes. I definitely know that. I'm not sure what he does, but I don't think he's a doctor. I might be wrong, but I'm fairly sure he said that in a video before. Right, what do I want to do? I want to research some things. I think I'm going to go for supersonic plane development, because I would really like to get some of these planes all built up, because I feel like that would be really nice. So we're going to research that, and unfortunately that's all I can research at the moment, until I at least build or get some new technology, which hopefully with Dave, or with Dave should hopefully get us a lot more tech. And in order to make sure that Dave is being able to be built as fast as possible, these 10 new engineers that I've got, I am going to put them straight into HAL. Oh, no, I need to hire them first. There we go. That would make sense. So you can go in there, and we can see that is now going to be done on the 1st of April, 1953. So that's coming down quite a bit. But I will try and make sure that that comes down even more. And whilst we're doing that, we will keep building up our WAC Corporal-esque rockets with the Aerobee and the Tiny Tim at the other launch complex, so we can basically, I've spoken about it on stream before, but it's really nice that we have the ability to have like multiple build queues from the start now. That's one thing that I do really enjoy about this update. Carnasa, more bots! More bots! Oh no, there's more bots. Oh, it sent one message. Let's time them out. Why am I being invaded by the Thoughtbot army? Why? Stop. I mean, everyone's getting this at the moment, but seriously, come on, like, why? Put user in timeout. I've done that already. And then I want to, do I want to report? There's no like ban user from this channel option when you right click on them. I do not want to add them as a moderator. Absolutely not. That would be a terrible idea. I want to, how do I do this? Hide user on this channel? And then I guess I'll report them as well, you know, just like really go for the full whammy. The whack and smack, the whack and smack. Carnasa is too popular with the bots. Yes, clearly they know, like, I mean, I was about to say, like, it's all adult dating websites. That's all it's advertising. I was going to say, clearly they know that I'm lonely, but I have a wife, so that doesn't even work. And that's why they're invading my stream. They're like, you look like a guy that could use adult dating services. No, I'm happily married, thank you. Anyway, we are going to, we'll be building up the next one of these, which I think if I come to combined, we should see Silver Bullet. That's going to take us until the 22nd of July. I think, we'll warp to complete, because I need a little bit of funds. I need to wait until I've got some funds before really doing anything. Post-war rocketry testing. How many funds are we going to get from that? We'll gain 6,500. So I think I'll stop that. And we've got 5,800 at the moment. What I'll do is I'm going to, I think I need some more researchers in order to get our tech up. I feel like I want to get researchers up to 50 now. Oh, the music stopped. Oh, have I run through the playlist already? I think I might have done. Damn, that was 40 odd songs. You know what? It's so long that I'll just play it again. I can't be bothered to open up Spotify, and I do want music on this stream. It was what, 3 hours ago that we first heard this song. So there we go. It's fine. Just rinse and repeat. Carnasa is trying to ban someone. Yes, no, I was trying to ban the bot. Add them as mod. No, I really did not want to do that. Really, really, really bad. That would have been a terrible, terrible idea. Yeah, it's great having all these build queues, but the first Dave is going to take 3 years to build, so it won't though, because I will be putting more engineers in. Hopefully we will get it to a point where I can build it maybe at the start of 1952. Although I don't know if that's going to be possible, right? So I've got my researchers in there. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to hire... Yeah, we'll spend basically another 9. Get another 9 of these. Yeah, my mental maths was right. Yes, yeah. There we go. And we'll put these into here. And if I come to the combined screen, we can see just how long this is bringing it down by. So we are now going to get it on the 9th of September, but I will keep pumping more engineers into HAL so that we can build these as fast as possible, because it would be nice to build it hopefully more towards like the beginning of 1952. That would be brilliant. Post-war rocketry testing will be done in a few days, in a short while. And then what's the next thing that we're going to be doing? A new silver bullet, which hopefully should give us some new research, and we'll gain 2,000 there. And I think what I'll do is I'll just keep pumping engineers into HAL. The more engineers, the merrier. But the longer we leave an engineer in a launch complex as well, the more efficient it will get. So I think, yeah, our efficiency... Oh, if we hover over it, it actually says something. So if... Increases to the LC is used, proportional to the number of engineers versus the max, and those only if the complex is modified. Efficiency will not increase if the LC is rushing. Oh, okay, that's fine. Oh, we can rush the LC. Oh, yeah, of course we can. There's a little button here. So, oh, it costs double the amount of salary, though. I'm not sure if I really want to do that. That seems like it would be quite costly. that seems like it'd be very costly at all, right? So we're still going to gain there. I think before we go and launch that, I'm just going to hire another... How many have we got in there at the moment? We'll hire 9 and put those in there. And what is that going to get us down to? The 25th of May. So that is really coming along. Overtime is always expensive, yes. And I mentioned it earlier on in the stream, but like we have to pay our employees. What is this? Why can't they all just, you know, work for free and take solace in the fact that they work for our beautiful space agency? No, we have to pay them money so they can feed themselves and put roofs over their heads. God, how terrible of them. Yes, no, obviously we have to be paying our engineers. Right, so we are going to... Oh, that's complete. Yeah, that is coming down quite nicely now. I think I will probably get this up to 50 on HAL. I think 50 engineers will be quite nice to have in there. We've got 50 in total. We've got 10 in the RP construction facility, which actually, that being said, I did want to create another one of those. I want to build another one of these. So we're going to roll that back real quick, and I'm going to duplicate this, and then we will roll this one out. And we'll warp this to complete. And launch this, and hopefully get a little bit more science from this, which will be great. Wait, Carnasa, if I build an RP, how do I make it so the avionics are somewhat controllable so I can stage, but also not as big as a Saturn V? So for an RP to begin with, if you've got procedural avionics, you do not want to have them controllable. If you've got a science core, you won't be able to pitch or turn or do anything like that, but you will be able to still stage. And the science core procedural parts, they are a lot smaller, so you won't have like early procedural avionics that are controllable. I know are absolutely massive, but no, if you have a science core, they are quite small. You can make them very, very tiny. because what I've got on top of this, once it loads in, we'll see this is running on a science core, and the science core is just this section here, and it doesn't even need to be that big. I only made it that big to make it more sharp, so it was a little bit better at slicing its way through the atmosphere. So I'm hoping some of Carnasa's awesome viewers can help me. In stock with visual mods, I'm getting a dark shadow from the sun when zooming into the moon on the map screen. Any help? Are you sure it's just not a planet? It's not being eclipsed? That's probably the really obvious thing to think, but I don't know. I'm not sure if safety glasses are back. Of course they are. We're launching a rocket here. Of course the safety glasses are on. This could go all kinds of wrong. Things could go terrible. And I need to make sure that obviously, my eyes are a little bit screwed up anyway, so keeping them as safe as possible would be preferred. Right, anyway. Oh, I tried to do that in time with the music, but kind of didn't quite get it. It was close enough. Why are we launching from the launch pad? I thought I set this to be launch site 1. Oh well. The only reason why we're launching this as well, I'm not launching this to gain any funds. Obviously, launches don't get you funds in this anyway. I just want more science. I really need more science, because I've only got 1.8 and I need like 2 to research another technology, and I am going to run out of technologies to research. TUFX. Oh, TUFX. Yes. Yeah, it depends on what config that you are running on TUFX, because some of them can be quite weird like that. I know sometimes I've got TUFX on. Oh no, I don't even think I have it on. Do I have any? No, I'm not playing with my favorite TUFX profile this entire time. Oh, the ones by Ballistic Fox, because they look amazing. I prefer the experimental features, but sometimes the motion blur on that can get a little bit weird, especially when I'm streaming. The CPU does not like it at all. Oh, we're burning up. We're burning up. It's not good. How far up did we reach this time? 107 kilometers. So not as high as the last one, but I feel like I did mess up the staging a little bit there. But yeah, no, some TUFX profiles, I've had like pink flashes on the horizon before. There's a lot of things that can happen with TUFX, which is quite weird. Thanks, try TUFX. Yeah, hopefully, hopefully, chat was a lot better than me at fixing that problem. I was just like, oh, it could be an eclipse. Are you sure that the Kerbin's not in front of the sun? like an absolute. Yeah, so that was probably a bit of a dense moment from me there, but hopefully that does fix your issue. What's my favorite config? My favorite config is definitely the lukewarm experimental features, because if you look, like it gives motion blur. I don't know if this will translate to the stream. Everything's looking quite smooth on my screen at the moment, but oh, there we go. We've finished telemetry analysis, but yeah, motion blur, like, it's just really cool. And especially when I'm recording videos and filming videos, it sped up to like 1.5 times speed in my editor. Everything just looks super nice with the motion blur. I just think it looks gorgeous. So Carnasa, the NHS virtual company, is now in our first competition for a contract, announced just a few minutes ago. Oh, very nice. I think I'm on the Discord for that, aren't I? I get notifications for things from that all the time, like when you're doing launches and stuff, which is very cool. It wants to take away waterfall when I take away TUFX. That's weird. I don't think waterfall or TUFX is a required. I don't think it's a dependency, because I had to manually add TUFX to this install and it had waterfall already. So that is bizarre. I don't think when Rail Cowgirl or whoever it was mentioned TUFX anyway, I don't think they necessarily meant that you had to remove it. Maybe try using a different profile. You might not have many profiles. I know if you just get TUFX, you get kind of like 3 profiles. And I think usually the HDR ones are quite culprits for some of those weird things going on. But you can download more profiles from CCAN, and the only one that I've actually got on this install is Ballistic Fox's profiles, and I think you can find them if you just type in Ballistic Fox on CCAN, and they honestly, these are great. Some of them very situational, like I think like it kind of like adds a little bit of grain to it, and you can get some black and white ones. Like some of these would be quite cool for a very stylistic sort of video, but like this one, I'm absolutely in love with it. I think this looks amazing. I think this makes the game look so nice, and I've basically, since discovering the Ballistic Fox TUFX profiles, I've used nothing but. Sometimes CCAN is like that. I suppose, yeah, if you download certain things in a certain order, it might remove things when it doesn't necessarily have to. If you really are stuck with it and you want to remove TUFX without removing Waterfall, you can just take TUFX out of the game data folder, and that should be okay. That should work, because I'm fairly sure Waterfall and TUFX have nothing to do with each other. I use HDR tracking. I think I'll find something different because I have so many weird bugs. Yeah, all of the HDR ones from like stock, well, not stock, but oh, my throat is going a bit now. From just normal TUFX is they are a little bit, they are definitely the ones that I have found to be the most buggy and cause the most like weird issues. Like lots of, I don't think we can really see it at the moment on this one, but like loads of like little black lines across spacecraft, and it can end up looking really bad. But all of the Ballistic Fox ones that I've used are absolutely fine, and I've not had any problems with those at all. And we are about to come crashing down the second successful launch of one of these Aerobees. There we go. Lovely stuff. Vessel is destroyed. Cannot autosave at this point, but that's fine. We don't need to. We're just going to go back to the Space Center and see what we're going to be working on next. No, I just grabbed the TUFX from Ballistic Fox you recommended. Thanks, Carnasa. Yeah, no, absolutely fantastic profiles. It's a bit of a shame that I've missed a lot of the stream, but I'm going to watch it all tomorrow. Oh, hello, Yosef Marks. Welcome to the stream. You were here at the beginning, I'm fairly sure. I'm fairly sure I saw your name pop up at the beginning. Thanks, Jimmy. So, well, it's 11 PM and I have to work tomorrow, boo, so see you later. Thank you for coming along to the stream. Maybe one day I will get back to doing some RimWorld content. I would like to, because I do really enjoy that game. But no, thank you for coming along to the stream. Enjoy your day of work tomorrow, and have a good evening. Before it began, yeah. So yeah, for the first bit of this stream, it was mostly admin work. We've only launched 2 rockets. That's only the second rocket that I have launched in this save now, which is just mental. Absolutely crazy, but it's going well. These can come off. Now I've finished a launch, and what is the next thing that we are going to be doing? Let's check combined. So I'm going to be reconditioning that launch site, then we're going to be building another one of these silver bullets, but I might go into that and modify that ever so slightly, because oh, we've also got science. Yes, I can spend my science. What do I want to spend my science on? Do I want that supersonic flight? Probably, because that's going to give me some really good engines, but at the same time, I kind of want to get better materials as well. That is going to cost 2 science, that's fine, and then I think early tracking systems are the next important one, because I need this in order to complete a certain contract. I've been half paying attention and don't really know what's happening on this. Micro, to be honest, neither do I. It's all still very new to me, and it is very, very confusing. There's 3 Ballistic Fox config on CCAN. Which one is it? Oh, I don't know. There's 3? You can probably just grab all of them, to be honest. I don't think they're going to really add an awful lot to like loading up an install. So you might be all right just adding all 3, and then I imagine that's what I've done to get all of these. Probably all of the ones that I could find by Ballistic Fox. If they just say like TUFX config, then all it will do is just add different ones of these that you can use. You can use them anywhere. Like yeah, I can use them out here. I can turn Kerbal Space Program black and white if I want. Like this. Look, it's suddenly the 1940s, or whenever black and white TVs were. I think. I know there was, in the 50s, at least in the UK, everyone started getting TVs because it was a big thing for the coronation. Right, anyway, that is me done with messing with TUFX for now. So that is going to mean that Silver Bullet 1 is going to be the next. Do I want to go and edit that? Because I have unlocked the next Aerobee engine. So I could go and maybe make this fly for a little bit longer. Or maybe we might reach some new heights with it. Did I pick up any of these? No, I didn't. So what I might be able to do, I might be able to do this with an upgraded Aerobee. We need to go above 100,000 meters, and we need 35 units of sounding payload on the craft. And I think I'll be able to do that with an upgraded Aerobee. So I'm going to go check that out. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Next thing that we'll do is we'll try and get that contract done. I've not picked that up yet because if I pick it up, there's like no real incentive to pick it up because you get a failure if you fail it, like after the deadline, but you don't get any advances. So there's literally no point in picking up a contract unless you know you're ready to finish it. I feel. Maybe I'm looking at this completely the wrong way, but it does feel very different from how old RP-1 was played. Anyway, what I am going to do is we are going to edit this. We are going to edit this, and hopefully we'll be able to get this to complete the contract requirements. I think it's 100 kilometers, 35 units of sounding rocket payload, and a biological sample is what I need. I think black and white TV was mainstream well into the 60s. It probably was. I'm fairly sure, like, my dad is from the 60s, so I'm fairly sure I've heard him talking about having black and white TVs when he was younger. But I don't know. I don't know. Right. Okay, what do I want to do to this to make it better? I want to come into here and I want to buy this. Is this going to be subsidized? I hope it is, because then I don't have to spend any money. So if you look down here, I've got 1,511 funds. And this says it's going to cost 1,000 to spend. But if I buy it, look, it costs nothing. It actually costs nothing. I've still got 1,511 funds left. That's because I don't know how this system works yet, because I've not really delved into it an awful lot and I don't know the ins and outs of it, but you can now be subsidized for your research, and I think it depends maybe on how many researchers you've got, how many scientists that you've got on your kind of like the KCT menu. And it's really, really strange, because sometimes it makes you essentially buy things for free, but other times you still have to spend the full amount on it. I don't know how it works. I'd love to know more about how that works, and I think I probably will find out a bit whilst play testing through this, but at the moment I couldn't find anything on it. So hey Carnasa, sorry if I'm late to the party, but what are the key differences between RP-1 and RP-2? A lot. Basically, why can't I see it at the moment? There should be... Oh, that's just integration info. Why can I not... Oh, it's because I'm editing. Yeah, no. The whole KCT is different. The way you get funds is different. You've got a new resource to collect, which is called confidence. Rep now works. Reputation is important. It depends on how much money you get. Funds you don't get from completing contracts anymore. You get a monthly payment. There's a lot of changes. The admin building is super important and super useful for picking like staff and for picking your programs. Launch complex, there's an awful lot. I've talked about it quite a bit over the stream, and I think I've been trying to like explain things as I've been doing them over the course of the stream, and hopefully I've been explaining them quite well. I'm not sure if I have, but hopefully. Anyway, I've already upgraded this, and what I want to do is remove all tanks, and we want to fill XASR-1 Aerobee. And that is why, if anyone was here earlier on in the stream, when I built up the launch complex so that it could use Aniline 37 as well, that's why I did that. So because I pre-built the launch complex to take that fuel, it means that I don't need to upgrade it to take this fuel now, and it means that I don't have to go out of the VAB, upgrade the launch complex, come back in once it's finished, and then build this. It's just like I had it all done from the start. Anyway, I need to make sure this burns for about 40 seconds, if I recall correctly. That is full burn 40 seconds, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to burn it for 50 or 55, because everyone loves to overburn Aerobees. Absolutely. Hey Carnasa, why existence? Why indeed? Why existence? How? Who existence? When existence? These are all critical questions that need to be answered. I tried to time that to the music. Yes, yes. Oh, I have too much fun doing this at times. Yeah. I just always think it's great when something's timed perfectly to like music. It's the DJ in me coming out. Anyway, this will be Silver Bullet number 2 because this is now the second iteration of this. We're gonna save. No, there we go. Silver Bullet 2. Save that. If existence. Yeah, you aren't in space today, Orion. Oh no, Orion. No, you didn't make it to space. Yes, hopefully on Friday though. Alright, so this is going to give us 2,448 meters per second of delta V, but what I want to do is come into here. I want to grab myself a biological capsule, because that is, a biological sample capsule, which we're going to put there. Then I'm going to grab a high pressure fuel tank, which we will make so that it is the same size. Then I think I'll leave that there for now. And what we're going to do is we are going to make that high pressure, because it needs to be high pressure, and put some sounding payload in there. And it only needs 35, so I can make this a little bit smaller. There we go. That'll be fine. I'm going to color in this black paint metallic as well, so it matches. Then I'm going to offset that in so it goes in there like so that it's kind of like all hidden away. And finally I am going, oh no, there's another bot. Really? Carnasa, am I okay? No. Am I ever okay? Definitely not. Right, so let's report you, and there we go. I think they went. Did they go? Maybe? No, they're still... damn it! Like, let's just put user in timeout. There we go. Fine. Report the bot. I did report the bot. I think another bot came in. Yes, another bot did come in. I have reported them. And, god damn it, my eye thing's back. Oh, that's really annoying. Okay, let's do a parachute. And let's whack this on here. Like so, because I am going to want to recover this suborbitally. Right, we're going to just apply settings, because that should be everything fine. And I wanted to make that a smaller size. Oh my god, will you please go away, bot? Bot, be gone. Thoughtbot, user, put user in timeout, and let's report them as well. I don't want your nuke HD XYZ whatever. I just want to be left in peace, please. There we go, thank you. And another bot, yes. Oh, I need some moderators. Where? I've got loads of people that have mod role. Where is everyone that has mod role? Where are they all today? I honestly have no idea. Right, let's move that into the middle. Let's make sure you're absolute. There we go, that's fine. I'm just going to whack that on the bottom there. I'm going to put a ring decoupler on that like so. We'll make that 4 like that. And then we will grab this. And hopefully this will make it to where I want it to go, which is 100 kilometers up. That's all we want to go at the moment. 100 kilometers will be fabulous. Okay, I want to color this in because I want this to be black as well. Match everything like so. There we go. And then there's just like, you know, a little black section in the middle of the rocket that will contain the decoupler. I got you, Carnasa. Hello, friends. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Makoi person? Maybe? Nightbot. Do I need Nightbot? Is that a thing that I need? I know I've seen Nightbot on some people. Well, when I was watching the NASA spaceflight stream earlier on, they were doing some sort of moderation. I probably should look into that. I've got some sort of bot at the moment that is supposed to auto-moderate chat, but they don't really seem to do anything. To the prohibited list, check tag username at the same time. So what do you use to recolor parts? That is part of procedural tanks. I think that's part of procedural tanks. So yeah, procedural tanks are basically like I can make these tanks any size that I want. There's loads of different shapes and options that you can choose from, and then at the end all you have to do is just open up this recoloring GUI and you'll have loads of different options of colours, and well, you've basically got the whole colour spectrum because you can use the sliders to colour things in. I use night to time those out for 86,400 seconds. I'll have to look into that. I'll look into that after I finish the stream, because it is getting slightly ridiculous, the amount of bots that are basically showing up on all my streams. I think I had quite a few in the last one that I did as well on Wednesday. Right, I need to test this because I need to make sure that this will get to where I want it to get to. Right, we want that to decouple there, because 2,113 meters per second is going to be cutting it very fine. We are overburning by 15 seconds, which is not ideal, but hopefully this should be fine. So I'm going to save this and I'm going to simulate this, and let's see if this works. I think I'll just go from now. Bruh, I just crashed CCAN. How do you crash CCAN? I don't think I've ever had CCAN crash on me, but maybe, no, I don't think so. I was up really early for Artemis and I'm late for Carnasa. I wasn't up early for Artemis. I was just up early today anyway. I'm probably going to basically finish the stream in the next hour or so and then head to sleep. But it was a real shame that Artemis got scrubbed today. It was really sad. It would have been nice to see the launch, but alas, we'll have to wait till Friday, and hopefully Friday it will launch. And obviously it's better to make sure that everything is going ahead as planned and that it doesn't explode, because that would be terrible. There we go, and let's fire this up, and hopefully this will make it to 100 kilometers. Thanks! What did I say? I saw a thanks, but I can't remember what I said in order for that. I crashed CCAN twice today already. Wow. Wow. Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever done it. You know what? I might actually finish this stream quite shortly because my eye is really bad. And I don't think staring at a screen is really going to be helping. You answered my question about recoloring. Oh, okay. Do you have KSP running in the background? Oh, that's not directed at me. Got 4 hours of sleep last night waiting for launch. Thanks for making me nearly fall asleep in school, SLS. Yeah, it was a really early launch for, like, I know people in the state, like, what time was it in the States that it was launching? Because it was really early. I know for my time it was supposed to launch, I think, about 1:30. Right, how high are we getting? 112 kilometers. That will be absolutely fine. I think, yeah, I'm happy with this. So I'm going to go back to the vehicle assembly building, get this all tooled up so that I can launch it and complete that sounding rocket contract. And then hopefully the bigger V2 will be done around hopefully the same time, which is nice because we've obviously got multiple build queues. So it'll be nice to get all of that done. Okay, we are going to tool this up because I've obviously built a new tank there, so it will need tooling. That's okay. It's going to cost 495 funds and really not change this at all. That's fine though. It's going to take 100 days to build this. Wow. That is slow. Hopefully that will increase over time, but yeah, we will save those edits. 1 times biological sample capsule. What? I should be able to build that, right? I don't need to unlock. Ah, damn it, no, it's locked behind tech. Oh, that's really annoying. That's really annoying. Well, you know what? I might as well just launch this without the biological sample capsule and payload. I'm going to save this as Silver Bullet 2, though. And then that way I can come back to it later. And then what I'll do is I'll just change this back to Silver Bullet 1. And grab this. And then grab this. And then grab this and get rid of all of that. That's really annoying. That's really, really annoying. I still might recover this, though. Because, you know, it's always nice to recover things. Or is it worth it? I'll get a little bit of science from this, but to be honest, I don't think I need it. No, I won't. I'll just launch this as a sounding rocket and we won't recover this. It'll be cheaper to build that way. So we'll do that. There we go. Oh, although I've still got that decoupler in there by the looks of things. Something is definitely looking a little bit weird there. What is going on here? What's that in the middle? Do I have a decoupler in there? No, I don't. It's just not connecting properly. Oh well. Right, I'll move that in there like so. And hopefully this should still fly all right. There we go. That's one thing I have noticed about this update. For some reason, procedural avionics sometimes have a little bit of trouble connecting to parts, and they're a little bit janky where the connection node is. I hope that will get fixed, but yeah, it means that you need to offset things around ever so slightly every now and then, which is a little bit of a shame. Right, so that's going to now take 66 days. Do I need to do any other tooling? No, I'm going to save those edits. And we're going to get to building this. It is a bit of a hassle, to be honest. It's KSP. There has to be jank. What's the hassle? Doing all of this? Like, there is... I do like this, but it is a lot more complicated. It's RP-1 with about a billion extra steps. There are many steps involved in this new version of RP-1. Supersonic plane development will be done next, which is great. Although, no, we'll have a silver bullet done first. By which point we will have gained an additional 7,000 funds, which I can put pretty much straight into HAL, which I think I am going to do. So if I come to staff, and I'm going to hire 10 engineers, like so, and you can all go into HAL. And then I'm also going to hire another 10 researchers. Try and get our science done a little bit quicker. There we go, early tracking systems has been brought forward. HAL is now on the 16th of March 1952, so that has been brought forward from 1954, so that is looking quite nice. And then we'll roll this out and see how much that's going to take. But before I roll that out, I am going to duplicate that again, because hopefully I can get early tracking systems researched first. I think I want to move that forward rather than doing supersonic plane development. Absolutely, yeah, we'll do that. I am rolling that out, aren't I? Oh, no, I'm not. There we go. We'll roll that out. Opinion. Both chat and Carnasa can respond on Chicken Alfredo. Chicken Alfredo. I recognise that name, but I don't know what it is. I'm not sure if I've ever had it personally, but usually any sort of chicken dish is all right by me. I quite enjoy chicken. I am not familiar with pasta types. Oh, is it what, a pasta? Is it a pasta? No, America's many time zones. Oh, Americans many. Was that what I was saying when I was talking about RP2 or this new version of RP2 being quite complicated? I mean, it is kind of useful that it has several. In fact, that, like, could you imagine being on, like, the East Coast and it being like, if you shared the same time, East Coast and West Coast, and you'd be like, oh, it's 5 PM, but why is it completely pitch black? It'd be very strange. I think I am going to call this stream over here now, though. I did want to carry on for about another half an hour, but if you've been around for a bit, my eye is actually causing me a lot of concern right now, and I'm not too happy with it. It's like there's a ginormous black streak right in the middle of my vision, which is kind of terrifying. So hopefully I can get this sorted out. Yeah, it's like a Harry Potter scar running straight down. It's really bizarre. So I definitely need to go get that seen, and I think maybe coming off of my computer and taking a little bit of a break might be a good idea. Jammers195, thank you for the £5 donation. Join for all Kerbalkind. A couple of streams later, new RP2 coming out soon. Yes, I know. This is a... hang on, will it do text to speech?
Join for all
yes.
Kerbalkind. Couple of streams later, new RP2 coming out soon.
So first stream of yours I've seen, learned about you from the For All Kerbalkind announcement, was good fun to watch. Thank you. Now I obviously had quite a few subs join from the announcement of For All Kerbalkind. I'm very thankful for Billionaire9 inviting me along to that series. And yeah, no, I'm really excited to join that. I should hopefully have an episode of that out in, I think about 2.5 weeks will be my first one, or about 3 weeks. even. It'll be not the next lot of episodes that come out, but the episodes after that. But thank you everyone who has come along to this live stream. It's been really good. I have been very thoroughly confuzzled by what has been going on with this new crazy RP-1 stuff that is happening. And thank you, yeah, everyone for the donations and everyone who's been here in chat. This has been my most viewed live stream ever. There were over 200 people here at one point, which absolutely blew my mind that 200 people would want to sit me watch and struggle through this new version of RP-1. But anyway, thank you. Your eye is telling me to rest. Yes, no. Rest won't fix it. I need to go get some laser surgery, I think. Basically, I've got blood in the back of my eye. That's what's happened because I've got weakened blood vessels running through the backs of my eyes. It's called diabetic retinopathy. Basically, extra blood vessels grow because my blood's too sugary for the blood to get to the eyes properly. They're weak blood vessels. Because they're weak, they have a chance of bursting, basically, and that is exactly what's happened to me right now, and that's why I can see black in my vision, because there is blood in front of the part of the eye that you can see out of. It's quite terrifying. I'm making it out to be quite minor, but no, it's something really serious, so I do need to definitely get it checked out. But thank you everyone for coming along. I am going to go now. I'm going to go have a bit of a break, a bit of a rest, and hopefully I should be all right soon. But thank you once again. I have been Carnasa, and I will see you all later.